practice mine. Praise for the shadow, they teach me light. Hold my silence through the fight. Every wound a holy sound, every loss a common ground. Praise for the shadows, they make truth bright. They make truth bright. The city prays to empty screens, hopes a ghost in magazines. But still I find in quiet days a softer God that learns my ways. Trumpet hums the pain I hide, flute forgives the tears inside. We fall apart to stay alive, that's how the dark survives. Don't fear the ache, don't curse the sky. Even the broken wings can fly. Roads hums low, the bass breathes slow. The hurt just teaches where to go. Praise for the shadows, they make me see. All my roads still worship thee. The night don't kill, it clarifies. The soul learns light by closing eyes. So if I fade, don't pray I'm gone. Just hum my name where silence shone. Praise for the shadow, right on. City hums like a heartbeat lost. Every dream still pays its cost. Neon grace and sidewalks in. The rhythm still human within. Midnight news in plastic tones, selling heaven through mobile phones. Love's on leash, truth's on trend. The groove just starts when morals end. The club's a church, the bass confides. Saints and sinners share the ride. Bodies pray, emotions hymn, and the rhythm forgives the sin. The rhythm's still human, even when we fade. Hearts still beating through the masquerade. The rhythm's still human beneath the wire and glass. It's mercy with a backbeat, a soul that never asks. Ooh, streetlight preachers bless the lost, preaching comfort at half the cost. Oh, everybody wants to feel, but no one stays still to heal. Ooh, smoke girl slow, the horns confess. Rose arms low, a truth undressed. We all just move to stay alive, that's how the rhythm survives. The trumpet weeps where lovers part. Flute forgives the crowded heart. Bass walks proud through human ache, forging peace we never made. The rhythm's still human, a dream gets digitized, a child scrolls past his pain tonight. No one asks if he's alright. Mama's tired, screams her prayer. Daddy's ghost is just a glare. Hopes for sale on every ad. Faith forgot the face it had. He learned to laugh in lowercase, filtered joy on every face. But deep inside that neon hum, there's a boy who won't become. Digital child, nowhere to run. Born in glow, raised by none. Chasing love through endless scrolls, trading truth for borrowed souls. Digital child, hearts undone, learning storms from pixel sun. Teachers talk, but no one hears. Silence loud inside his ears. Sound that feels like skin, a world that breathes instead of spins. But every door leads to a screen. He's the ghost inside the machine. Trumpet weaves through broken air. Quiet like a prayer. Flute drifts down, the bass takes lead. It's love he wants, not what he needs. Ooh, digital child, nowhere to run. Lost in light that hides the sun. We build the cage, we praise the key. Now we scroll through empathy. Digital child, hearts undone. Somewhere real, there's still someone. Reflections born of LCDs. Some souls fade, some still read. Digital child, teach us to teach.
Love and light, love and light, love and light, family. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hi.
The mics and share some love, family.
Love and light.
Peace,
Love and
love, and
light.
light.
Greetings,
Hey,
family. Love and light.
How
L-Y-Doo-Doo.
I
Love
do
and light.
do.
Light.
How I do do, family.
Love and light.
Good to see everybody.
So welcome, 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 family. I tell you what, every day within the nation is a phenomenal day. And I thank everyone for taking time off to join us, to circulate your energy. Today, I don't know about you all, today's been a phenomenal day for me. In a state of mind of just minding my business, being self-governed in everything I'm doing. And I'm just so excited about where we're going and the direction we're going within the nation. It's all about community, about family, but guess what? It starts with us individually getting right back into our true God seed. So I want to thank everybody for coming on board tonight, circulating energy. Things are super exciting. We're live on Zoom, we're live on YouTube, and we got some exciting things we're going to share tonight. Tonight is Family Money Matters. I'm super excited about Family Money Matters because it's all about circulating our currency. And we know that the currency starts with us. We are the currency. The model of the world is based upon our makeup, our divine energy, our circulation, our power that's out here in this world. But we're taking it from the world back to the earth. So I want to give everybody a round of applause for showing up because things are happening in a phenomenal way for us in the nation. And I'm so super excited. So before we get started tonight, family, as we always do, we want to go ahead and, and start our protocol. It's very, very important as we continue to go onto platforms, whether it's on live events, where it's going to be on Zoom, Instagram, YouTube. It's very important we have protocol in place because as we continue to build our nation into the empire that it is, we want to make sure we do it in a very professional manner that we know through our essence. So the individuals coming on board says, you know what, I want to be a part of this family because they conduct themselves in such a phenomenal spiritual way and they have order in what they do. So we want to go ahead and I want to share my screen and we're going to talk about how we have order in place throughout the nation within our empires we build. So let me share my screen and we're going to get started, family. So bear with me for a moment. All right. So first thing I want to do, family, is very important that we talk about our rules of engagement. That sets the tone for how we actually conduct our meetings. And with that said, I want to pass the mic over to my amazing dear sister, known as Violet Hawk, who's going to share with us the rules of engagement and why they're so important. So with that said, I pass the mic to my divine sister, Violet Hawk, to share the rules of engagement. The mic is yours, my dear sister.
Shay, much gratitude, Brother Bamboo. Welcome in everyone to Shalaga Cherokee Nation Station. And first and foremost, giving divine reverence to our dear Empress Isis, to our Emperor Osiris, to our dear Umi Jabaru Peacock, to Adrana in her absence, to my fellow mod squad, to the clan mothers, fellow clan mothers, the chiefs of the tribe, the Chief Marshal, Chief Black Fox, family and friends, and guests, and YouTube. Welcome in. Here are our rules of engagement. Enter with an attitude of love. We ask that you come in circulating that high vibe frequency of love, the highest frequency of them all, circulating that frequency, allowing it to penetrate throughout this platform, setting a tone, setting a firm foundation for our Empress to come in and give us our message of the evening. So let your heart lead. We gather in peace, respect, and kinship. We request that you have your cameras on once entering and have your faces in view of the camera at all times. If your cameras are off, the mod squad will be scanning the panel and asking you to start your video. Make sure you have your cameras on and faces in view of the camera at all times. Let your presence be felt. We honor each face as a part of our sacred circle.
Okay.
Have your names visible. Once you enter in the Zoom meeting, you will be prompted to rename your device. If your device says iPhone or Zoom user or whatever device you are using, and if that is on your screen, make sure you rename your device. If you're unable to do so, just let the mod squad know in the chat and we will be more than happy to assist you in renaming your device. Claim your space. Your name carries your story, so let it be known. Keep your mics muted at all times, unless you have raised your hand or have been called upon to ask a question or make a comment. This is very important that you keep your mics muted at all times. If you blurt out any comment or question, it disrupts the order of things, and Mama Rarebird will be could be in the middle of channeling, and you could disrupt her, and she lose her train of thought, and we miss a message an important message that we are here to receive. So keep your mics muted at all times. If your mic is accidentally unmuted, then we will mute your mic. Don't unmute your mic back unless you're being called upon. And there's a time to ask a question. Raise your hand, ask questions. Will be at the end of the session. Sometimes Empress Rarebird will want some feedback, and she'll say, unmute your mics, say ashe, say ashe, unmute your mic, say ashe, and mute it back, because everyone's trying to say ashe. You don't have to say nothing more than ashe unless she is requesting you to say more than that. That's just the order of things, so we can keep a smooth flow of the energy and the order of things and our message that we are here to receive tonight. So honor the speaker. Silence is a gift that allows voices to be heard. Once again, keep your mics muted at all times. And if you have a question and or comment, raise your hand and wait to be called upon. And once you are called upon, keep those questions and or comments at a minimum of 2 minutes. Be respectful of the time of others who have questions or comments, and be mindful of the time of our session, so we won't go over time, because we have, like I said, we go 7 days. Every day we have a session, sometimes twice a day. So be mindful of the time so we can get out here and get back the next day for our next session. So speak with intention. Time is sacred. Share wisely and listen deeply. Let's uphold our nation. Ashe, and I yield it back to you, Brother Bending Bamboo.
Thank you, my amazing sister, Valor Hall, for breaking down the rules of engagement. And family, we want to thank you all for adhering to this. It's very important that we have proper protocol when it comes to our nation as we build into our empire. So thanks again, Sister Violet Hawk, for breaking down the rules of engagement. Next, I'm going to pass the ball over to my dear sister Christina, who's going to be sharing with everybody the weekly events that we have within the nation with the proper station. So my dear sister Christina, the mic is yours.
Gratitude, Brother Bending Bamboo. Love and blissful reappearances to everyone in the building. We're tuning in to the Shalagi Cherokee Nation Station. How they're on YouTube land, Twitter, Instagram, wherever you're streaming from, family. We're tuning in to the Shalagi Nation. And this is what's going on for our weekly events. Monday, we kicked it off with our Metaphysical Bible study, starting at 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, hosted by our dear Empress, Violet Hawk, and Brother Patal. The last 30 minutes of each session will be reserved for our guided meditations, family. If this is something that you want to tune into, guess what? It runs 3 days a week, Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. So if this is something you want to tune into, make sure you go ahead and put it on your calendar and pencil it in. If you haven't been fed with our Metaphysical Bible study, you can come on in, because Mama's rattling those pots and pans with Cooking with Big Mama, featuring our in-house chef, Sister Naila, at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We just took a tour of France, Spain, and the Caribbean recently. So if you missed it, you can still go ahead and check on our recordings, and we'll put the information in the chat to view those recordings. Tuesdays, we had our health and wellness. We were speaking on the metaphysics of Earth, featuring Violet Hawk, our sis stars, Empress Ottawa, Empress Thunder Philly. Empress Ottawa was giving us the spiritual insights, while Empress Thunder Philly was giving us yoga positions, basically an intro to yoga, all surrounded by the metaphysics of Earth. Tune in again for your Metaphysical Bible study, which is running from 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and your health and wellness webinar, which is free for all to join, at 7 p.m. Yesterday, we had our check-in with Empress at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is for our 12 steppers in the building. I'm going to give it up for the class of 2026 and the class of 2025 and previous class members, because we're all here to support the new steppers in the building. So again, the 12 steps of personal sovereignty is still open. We have our open admission until the end of this month. So you can get ahead and go on to the website. We will be putting the information in the chat for everyone to sign up for 12 steps of personal sovereignty. If you haven't already, we are welcoming all to join because this is where you get to work on yourself. And Wednesdays, we work on the 12 traditions, which teaches you how to deal with others. So family, if this is something you want to join in, I'm going to stress it again. This is a definite arsenal in your repertoire, family. Tonight, we have our Family Money Matters, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And earlier today, Mama was blazing up the place with her metaphysical Bible study from 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're in the building at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our Family Money Matters. And let me tell you something, get your pens, your paper. This is going to be an event you don't want to miss tonight. So tell a friend and tell a friend and tell a friend to come on in to the Shillagi Cherokee Nation Station because this is the place to be. On Fridays, family, we have our enlightenment of love for couples, but that's okay. If you're not a couple, you can still join on in. This runs for every first and third Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And this coming up Friday, we have our Brother to Brother hosted by our Emperor Osiris. He is always dropping the wisdom at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the second and fourth Fridays. This is a men's only event, so we want to make sure we keep that brotherhood sacred for all to join. So again, tell your uncles, brothers, whoever, your neighbors, come on into Brother to Brother because it is a safe space for you to be. On Saturdays, family, we have our wisdom from the front porch with our dear grand matriarch, our Mother Majestic Peacock is always helping us jump off that front porch at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. She is always giving us the gems and the tools. Why wouldn't you want to sit at the feet of the elders and show them some love because they have all the wisdom that we all crave and need to build the nation for the next 7 generations, family. On Sundays, we're cooling it off and kicking it off for the 12 steps of personal sovereignty at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And this is where we're going to go deep into the 12 steps, which is learning how to get rid of that stinky thinking and tell the person who should be, which is your God self, driving that vehicle, which is you, family, not your mind. If you still haven't been fed from the 12 steps of personal sovereignty hosted by our Empress herself, guess what? We got the after party and we're going to be swaying in the palm trees. This event is hosted by Sister Adrana, aka Lady G, myself, and Violet Hawk at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 11:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Family, there is something in the building for everyone. We are always updating the website, so you want to make sure that you're utilizing all the tools available to you. If you can scroll down so the family can see that QR code, go ahead and scan that QR code. It will bring you right to the events page so you can keep yourself up to date on what the nation is going on for the week, the month. We have a lot of events coming up in the year 2026, so you want to make sure you're signing up and subscribing to the website so you never miss an event, family. I'm going to kick it back over to my dear brother, Bendon Bamboo. He's going to tell you about how you can give your gift of love to circulate for the next 7 generations. Family, love, and light.
Love and light, love and light. Thanks again, my dear sister Christina, for sharing the nation with all the phenomenal stations. And I'll tell you what, family, there's something there for everybody throughout the week. So plug in, plug in, plug in. And we look forward to seeing you all engaging within the nation itself. So thanks again, Sister Christina. Next, I'm going to pass the ball over to my dear sister Monica. Monica Sky is going to be sharing with us the gifts of love and how we donate to the nation out of your heart. So with that said, my dear sister Monica, the mic is yours.
Thank you. Gifts of love. Give from the heart. Your support sustains the nation. You can make your donations at Cash App. That is $Cherokee Foundation 11. $Cherokee Foundation 11. Also Venmo. That's ampersand Empress 111111. You may go to the website, to our website, to make your donations for PayPal. You can send a money order to Shillagi Cherokee Nation State at the 4009 Corning Place address. We are still accepting donations on behalf of Brother Bobby Hemmett, and he has a Zelle number of 2022563686. That's 2022563686. And you may reach us at our main phone number, If you have questions or concerns, not to make donations, please just put questions. 888-487-5559. And I send it back to you, Brother Bamboo.
Thank you, Sister Monica Scott, for sharing the gifts of love, family. We thank everyone who continues to donate to the nation, because as you give from your heart, it continues to sustain and support the nation as we continue to grow into our empire. And everything that's coming in, whether it's $1, $2, 50 cents, $5, $10, it all adds up, because collectively we're helping to give gifts of love to the nation to sustain it, for all the back end systems, for the different expenses we have to run the site and so forth. We thank you all for all the donations. And in return, because we understand the power of our minds, we put out there that we want to have at least a tenfold return back on all that you donate, whether it's going to be monetary, whether it's going to be your love, your vibratory frequency, how you actually show your donations from the standpoint of volunteering within the nation. All those things count, family. And we thank you all, because it's all about the currency. And when the currency begins with us individually and collectively as a unit. So thank you all for your gifts of love as we continue to grow the nation. So with that said, family, I want to go ahead and stop my share. And I want to thank you all for your attention as we went through the rules of engagement of weekly events and our gifts of love, as we always do when we come onto the platform. So thank you all for your attention. So family, why are we here tonight? Why are we here tonight? Tonight is Family Money Matters. And I'm super excited, because when we look at society, how things are today, we know that in order for us to live the life that we want of comfort per se, living within a house, an apartment, some type of home, instead of living out in the wilderness where God, the universe, gave us the ability to live on this earth at no charge without paying anything, but we tend to want to live in certain levels of comfort. It does take finances to take care of that. That's why we're here to talk about it from a nation, but we want to give back to the foundation of why we're doing it. But before we get into the information tonight, I would be remiss, because what I'm learning from a spiritual standpoint, and as you hear the theme, family, every time we're on this platform, it's more about the metaphysical aspects of what we're doing, taking ourselves to the higher realm of ourselves and understanding more about who we are, understand the power and the gifts that are inside of us innately. We're learning this from a higher level because of our dear Empress. The way she's getting her downloads and how she has been designated by our ancestors, by the universe, to be that individual who has the allotted title to Turtle Island. She's teaching us and sharing information with us, and taking us to the higher realm. And I tell you, if you haven't been following her over the last 2 weeks or so, she's always been phenomenal. But something is inside of her right now that's vibrating at a higher level. And when I talk to her, I say, Mom, I don't know if you're sitting down, or if you're standing up, but I know you're levitating, because she's at a different realm right now, family. And the information she's sharing with us is going to take us to the next level if we're willing to listen and internalize that and go through our steps consistently. So without further ado, I want to introduce the song, present to others, none other than our big mama herself, Empress, Her Royal Highness Isis, to the mic. So with that said, Big Mama, I want to pass it to you before we get into the nice activities. The mic is yours.
All right. All right. Love and light, everybody.
Love and light.
Love and light,
Love and
Mama.
light.
Love and light.
Oh, I do this.
Light.
Light.
Love and light, mama. Love and light.
Love and light. Love and light.
Doodoo.
Elba doodoo.
Y'all gonna make me want to dance tonight, okay? Do the mama dance, okay? I'm feeling right and tight, but I got a surprise for y'all tonight. And it took me all they could take for me to hold it in tonight. But I want you to spotlight my son Rod Hayes is with us tonight. Y'all just gone and give it on up.
I
And
say,
All right.
I'll say, grab the
I see you, Chief.
back,
All right.
Wow, Chief. Good to see you. I do.
My man.
Love and light,
Chief. Love and light.
now, I saw all the chats on this week past. When is Mama and her son Rod gonna get together? And be back together and when is we gonna see them two together? Well, we made that happen for you, not only tonight, but we also are going to kick it off on Saturday nights at I think it's 9:30 over on Truth Seekers. We will have a platform over there for Saturday Night Live for those who would care to attend. It's going to start at 9:30 on Eastern Standard Time, which will still be early for most people on other time frames. So at 9:30 on Saturdays, we will be on True Seekers platform, and we will do live screens with our platform so that we can join all that who needs to be hooked up on Saturday nights. We're gonna be together on Truth Seekers 88. And without further ado, here's my son. Did you pin him up for us? And y'all don't go crazy, but here he is, my son Rod Hayes.
Hey,
Oh, what do?
everybody doing? So look,
What do?
Love and light, brother. We missed you.
I ain't been gone nowhere.
No.
Back, welcome back.
So
Love and light.
they're enlightening a lot of people on what they in the dark about. Me and Big Mama can't fall out. That's not compatible with the rules of the galactic law. That's not gonna happen. If anybody thought that, I apologize for y'all thinking that, but I've been trying to wean my way off of the platforms so I can start doing other things.
Mm-hmm.
When Big Mama had me substitute teacher for her, what y'all don't know is we had a meeting behind the scenes and I asked her for a break. And there's several people on the platform that was there that confirmed that. The reason why you don't always understand what other people is doing, because we all got to fight the war from our own position and our own angle. And sometimes a man got to he got to bury his dog by himself. Some stuff I had to do on my own by myself. And it's been that way my whole life. So to me, it's normal. But when people get used to seeing you in one capacity, then they assume things that may or may not be true. So what you don't understand is that it's other stuff going on. And sometimes we all got to go fight our own little wars in order to win the big war. So I went down to two platforms, Young Elder and Black Magic 363, because I'm trying to get away from the social media platforms. Big Mama already knew this. And so she gave me my space to breathe and do my work. A lot of people don't understand that when you're doing spiritual work, a lot of it you have to be isolated. Everybody, if you go by the genuineness of a person's heart, you're going to follow right, judge right. But if you go by people's opinions and assumptions, you're going to always be misled. So she had some stuff to do that only Big Mama could do, and I ain't need to be in her way. I had some stuff to do that only I could do, and she didn't want to be in my way. When time comes, we come to tell y'all that are you coming from the heart or are you leading with the ego? Big Mama came to facilitate the restoration of the love frequency. If you can't hold the love frequency, then you have more self-work to do. It's just training. You have to exercise your spiritual self
just like you exercise your physical self in order for it to stay healthy. Some people exercise better in isolation alone, and some people exercise better with the team. Right? Me, I'm adaptable and flexible. I'm going to get my workout in no matter which territory I'm covering. Isolation or public display, it doesn't matter. I'm still going to do my work. And so while she was doing what she had to do, I was doing what I had to do. And then now it come time that we about to get a whole lot of things revealed to us. So now we come out to show y'all that it's never been any issue there. It's just that I had stuff to do and she had stuff to do. So we end up doing our stuff. And people took that the wrong way and came up with their own opinion about what they was looking at. This was war. War don't look the way you want it to look. It look how it is to win. Right? Sun Tzu say it's better to win one battle by strategy than 1,000 battles by combat. Which war do you want to fight? The coldest strategists don't have to fight. Anything you want to touch on, Big Mom, while we here?
No. Hold on one second. I'm doing something in the on the YouTube, so I can turn this on. Okay, there is someone on YouTube that caught my attention. It's money. It's called Global 500. I sent a link in the chat on the YouTube for you to come onto the platform, and I sent the link in the chat for you to do so. If you choose to do that, then I will make it known what your problem is, and maybe we can see about helping you. But you need to come onto the platform in order for that to happen. All right. So, but yes, see, one of the things that folks like us who are charged with the work that need to be done. And we got a whole bunch of people hounding us because everybody is being beat down and people being tired. We tired too. Y'all don't think that we want to get this stuff done. And but it's sensitive. You can't we talking about an octopus that's got tentacles that reach its tentacles all over the land, the earth. And I don't know if earth would be what I would talk about, because I think that the earth was vacant because we've been over in the world. And so you will learn that I don't throw nobody out of here, no matter how what's going on with them and the nation. They may be set down and moved to the side for a minute or for whatever reason, but Big Mama don't fall out with people. They fall out of here on their own. They open up the door and they leave on their own, because I'll never throw anybody out, but I will make some shift and make some changes if I need to, but I'll always do stuff in love. I'm a great diplomat. As a matter of fact, I attended the diplomat for school in London for certification. Now, what was supposed to take me 3 months, I think 3 or 6 months, it took me 3 days. Did y'all hear me? It took me 3 days to complete all of that with stars and honors, and I left that place with their mouth hanging open when it comes to being a diplomat. Now, diplomat is a person that understands that war can never be on the table as a way to resolve conflict or misunderstandings or any of that. So you have to go in with an open mind that you might not get everything, but if you have good negotiation skills, you can get some of what you want, and the other person can get some of what they want, and we work from that perspective. Okay? And I'm still like that. And when I left there and I wrote my last paper and the peer review looked at my paper, oh, they probably posted that up as the paperwork the paper that everybody should read. Because I got down on it. So I know how to be a diplomat. And if you come up in here thinking that you're gonna take my seat, you better be ready to have good negotiation skills and know how not to tear the house down. Because there have been things that have come in this house that shouldn't either have been here or stayed too freaking long. And I had to do some work on quietening the storm while I'm in the eye of it. Okay? So with that being said, we need to understand, you all need to understand that the work that we're charged to do is of the for you all, for the earth to do what it needs to do in the frequency of love. Now, my son on other platforms, now he's nice and on his best behavior over here because he know I'll get him. But all hats, all gloves are off when he on the other platforms. He gonna say what he gonna say and do what he want to do. But he understands that even though there are things that I might not agree with, the whole thing, the point of the matter is that there are a whole lot of stuff that we do agree with. And so because we agree with the things that we agree with, that's what we work from. Okay? And so when you don't see us together, that's because we got individual works to get done. And there might be some other things that have taken place, but believe it or not, it's never going to be where there's no more communication or whatever, other than the fact that we being quiet and getting the work done, and I'm letting him do what he do over there. Okay? But now we agreed with Marlon today that we would be together on the platform to talk about updates as he knows them, because he knows how to read I'm shielded from the news, y'all. I don't watch the news because it's not in my best interest to watch what's going on over there. And so I have people to report to me like him and update me and update, if he happen to be on the platform to update us all, then fine. But everybody knows that Empress don't watch the news. I'm strictly by my own recognize and my own spirit walk. And nothing is predicated on what I do on what go on over there. Okay? Because that's over there. Over here is over here. I need to get ready and do stuff over here to get people ready. And so I don't have time to be following Trump and nobody else and who shot Sally and John. That's not what I do. I walk in the house, I work in the house as Big Mama, cooking the food and tending to the house and making sure that everything is straight and all that. That's what I do best, and I'm in my lane. Now, I don't know what's going to happen with my sister Androna. That's remain to be seen. But believe me, whatever happened or don't happen ain't got nothing to do with what I got to do here on this with this nation and its people. I'm the one that's got the Lodial title. I'm the one that's got the wings. I'm the one that was chosen to do the work that is assigned for me to do, because they know I'm going to do it and do it with the utmost respect, and I'm not going to do it by my flesh and by my own feelings. That's put aside, because I know how to put principles before personalities. And anything good can come from anybody that's either Democrat, Republican, Independent, Christian, or otherwise. Everybody got something to bring to the table, and I don't shut nobody out because everybody has something to offer. Ashay? All right. Now,
Okay.
that's on you hang around for a minute. We're going to give it back to our bending baboon that now that we got that house cleaning straighten up, and we straighten up the corner. So, son, go ahead, because I know you had something to say, and then we're going to turn it back over to Bending Babu, and then it's going to be turned back over to us, okay?
Okay. So
You have to unmute yourself.
it's not. Can you hear me?
Okay, we can't hear you for some reason.
We
Can
can
you
hear
turn
you.
your volume up?
We
We hear him over here.
We hear.
Okay, we good.
Okay. So it just goes to the fact that I can do my work and I don't got to be micromanaged by Big Mama to get it done. You don't have to micromanage me. I know what my assignment is, and I'm going to follow my assignment. Nobody don't have to hold my hand to do it. I can come to her for guidance, but she didn't have to hold my hand to do it. She can trust me to go out and execute my part of the plan. I don't have to be watched over and coddled like a teenager that can't hang the phone up in the middle of the night, fall asleep on the phone. I don't need to be coddled like that. I can handle my business. I can go out and do what I got to do. I don't have to be everything I do report back to Big Mama to see if you're doing what you're supposed to do. I'm gonna do my part. The question is you doing your part? While you worrying about what my part is or what Big Mama part is, are you doing your part? Because if you ain't doing your part, why is you worried about what part I'm doing? Or anybody else for that matter. So your self-analysis is first person perspective of the self. And once you realize that if you came with pure intentions and an open heart, you're gonna get fed. But if you came with ulterior motives and concealed intentions, you're gonna get exposed. I don't have to be micromanaged. And she's aware of that. If she need me, she know my phone number. She call, I'm gonna answer. Or call her back if I ain't by the phone when it rings. She already know that. So she can go do what she gotta do. She ain't gotta worry about what I'm doing now. Cause she know that the part that I'm responsible for is being tended to. Just like I know the part she responsible being tended to, even if I can't access her like I want to, cause I'm a spoiled ass boy. I'm still mama boy. My little feelings might get hurt, but at the end of the day, I know what Big Mama doing. All I gotta do is step back and say, what Big Mama doing? And it's gonna unfold for me. So now I can stop whimpering and start watching the master work, building the nation out of the thin air. And with that, I yield.
I say. All right. Now that we got that out of the way, everybody all right now? Go on and open up your mics and say your yahoos and That what?
Ashe,
Ashe,
Gratitude.
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 L-Y-Doodoo.
And Razak.
Never any doubt.
Getting gooder.
Never any doubt.
Understood, Chief. The Chief understood.
So it's going to get gooder and gooder. Okay. And again, if you want to join us on Saturday, you got to go over to Truth Seekers and sign up. Okay. Because that's the only way you're going to be able to see that on that platform at this time. So I'm asking you all right now to, if you don't have the Truth Seekers app, go over to your app store and look up Truth Seekers 88 and download the app and sign up for your registration so that Marlon can get you set up so that you'll be able to join us on Saturday nights at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. And go and tell everybody on your platform that Big Mama and her son got a platform now that we're going to join people on Saturday nights at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. Okay. All right. In the meantime, in the meantime, donate, y'all. It's important for you to donate because we at a critical time now that we getting ready to do this transfer. Everything is getting ready to happen, and we want to. We don't want to get to the almost round the block and run out of gas and can't get to where we need to go. Okay. So please do that for Big Mama. We're gonna also launch the store so that you all can start to purchase the jewelry and stuff that you see on the website. And there's other things that I'm coordinating to go on the website. But please consider going on the website and purchasing the beautiful jewelry that my beautiful emperor has put together with his own hands and his own creativity. All right. And some music gonna be on there as well that you can purchase and download that he's made as well. All right. Okay. Now here I'm gonna turn it back over to my son, Bending Bamboo. It's all yours, and then we'll come back.
Ashe. So family, let's give it up one more time to Big Brother Rod Hayes. I know he's been behind the scenes, doing his thing, with his assignment. And we love you, appreciate you, big brother.
Ashe.
Chief. My man.
Welcome back to the platform, brother. Appreciate you, love you. And Big Mama, as usual, you know how much I love and adore you for your vision, for the mission and the purpose of what we have going on in the nation. So family, what I want to do, because we talking about family money matters tonight, our dear Empress has been on a tear in a phenomenal way and just raising the vibratory frequency on this land. And the common theme that she's been talking about, family, is about the metaphysical aspects of our spirit, learning to work through the metaphysical, not the flesh, but through your spirit. And as Big Brother Rod said, she has been designated to usher in the love frequency. And we embrace the love frequency with our metaphysical aspects. When it comes to finances, we have to understand that we are the currency. And because we have a duality going on in this world right now, the living soul, man, has been copied to usurp the energies and the circulating of the power, the energy, and the currency from us to them. So what I want to do, I want to touch on some of the metaphysical things that Big Mama has been talking about. And I have two topics I'm going to talk about. I'm going to be very, very brief. I want to take about 15 minutes max and go over this information because I think it's very phenomenal because my spirit has been talking to me tremendously. having these conversations and having my own personal downloads and just going back and just revisiting the information that Big Mom's been talking about is raising my vibratory frequency to the point that I'm at peace, understanding how this currency thing works in the world. And one thing the Big Mama asked me to ask the other day when we were going through meditation with Brother Noble, she said to ask everybody where you are in your state of mind in this current moment. And she said, are you in the world, of the world, or are you transitioning to the earth? And Brother Noble made a great point. We all are in the world, but we're transitioning through the metaphysical aspects of our mindset back to the earth. And we have to work in that duality. But when you understand you're sitting in your God seat, you know how to navigate within the world as you continue to elevate into your God seat. And Brother Noble talked about that spiritual gravity. And we think about gravity, jumping off a building, you always go down. But he talked about the spiritual gravity going up, which means that your Yoda is spinning and elevating to a higher level in so many ways. So what I want to talk about is two different topics. Family, money matters. What do those three words mean? Because we got to look at the words behind family, money matters. And then I'm going to finish up on why we need to have our own ecosystem. And dear Empress already touched on that about our Black Dot store and why it's important for us to get away from the worldly aspects of populating our currency within there and creating our own ecosystem where we can control that and circulate those energies amongst ourselves. So what I want to do, I want to share my screen with everybody. And I want to go ahead and break down a few things, because when we understand the foundational aspects of these words, we have to understand the words are powerful. And when we speak certain words, those words come to fruition all the time. So we got to be very conscious about how we think and how we articulate, because we're casting out spells based on our words that we speak in society. All right. So let me share my screen. And the first thing I want to do, because we're talking about family money matters, I want to break down a few definitions. So the first word we have here is family. When we look at the definition of family, it says a group of one or more parents and their children living together as a unit. The second one says all descendants of a common ancestor. Adjective, designed to be suitable for children as well as adults. So when we look at this word right here, the traditional aspect of a family unit really comes down to a mother and a father and maybe some children in the household. And when we're talking about in the nation and we build our empire, we're talking about 7 generations that we're going to secure all together. So keep family in your mind. We talk about family. Next, the word is money. So family money. So what is money talking about? The definition of money as announced is a current medium of exchange in the form of coins, banknotes collectively. All right. More definitions. Says the sum of money, a statement of all monies paid into and out of an account. Here's the thing that really woke me up right here. It says the assets, property, and resources owned by someone or something, which is your wealth, financial gain, payment of works and wages. Think about where we are now. If we're working jobs, working for different corporations, payments and wages based upon our energies and how we take those energies and create assets and property and resources. Okay? So that's money. Next definition, it says matter. Matter is physical substance in general as a distinct form from mind and spirit. Mind and spirit. That which occupies space and possesses rest mass, especially as a distinct form of energy. So we think about family money, we know that money is currency, it's an energy that dwells within our soul. Number 2 says an affair or situation under consideration and a topic. As a verb, be of importance, have significance, and it says secrete or discharge pus. Here's the thing, family. When you take the words family, money matter, and we look at the way the duality is right now, when you talk about the dead corpse, which is the straw man versus the live soul, we are the energy, we are the currency. In order for the corporations to take advantage of our currency, our energies, they got to create a dead soul in a corporation to mirror the live soul to channel and usurp our energy. So I want y'all to hold on to that and why that's so important to understand when we talk about family money matters. Because as long as we have working society within this world construct, and we have the duality of having the soul man who's attached to the straw man, that's the dead corpse, where it's being usurped and all the energies are going through that dead corpse that we don't control, which we think we control. They're actually going in there and they're raiding our treasury accounts because we are the treasury. So they had to put up these different facades, these different institutions to channel our resources to usurp all of our energies. That's why you have the 1% or the 10% that control the 90%, because they create these constructs within the world that we've been hoodwinked and tricked into by these adhesion contracts to take over our energies that they're usurping back into their pockets, into their families, creating generational wealth off our energies, working these jobs and everything else we do with adhesion contracts. That's the first thing I want to talk about when it comes to that. Now, how do we get beyond that? We have to create our own ecosystem. We have to understand who we are for the metaphysical. We have to understand that we are the currency in everything we're doing. See, when we first thought about the family money matters, we were talking about, let's talk about cryptocurrency. Let's talk about forex trading. Let's talk about stocks, bonds. Let's talk about mutual funds. Let's talk about insurance policies and so forth. But we have to understand that all of those mechanisms are a part of the world. And everything we do when it comes down to those aspects, we lose control of those things because we're generating those energy into that system. And as we continue to involve ourselves in that system, because we have, right now we have to, in a sense, understand how to utilize the system, but collectively we can come together as if like a Black Wall Street, Tulsa, Oklahoma, and so forth. We're looking at Rosewood, come back and just take our resources and we create our own ecosystems altogether. It's very, very important how we look at that aspect. Now, why do I say that? Big Mama talked about how there's a measurement of energy that corporations use to channel our currency. That's called the British Thermal Unit. It's called the BTU. And when I looked up BTU, I went over to ChatGTP, and I wanted to see what ChatGTP was talking about when it came down to the British Thermal Unit. When I looked at it, it blew my mind that it said that 1 kilometer of the therm that comes from the BTU is equivalent to, let me get my numbers here, because I have my notes here, it's equivalent to 3,412 BTU for 1 kilowatt hour. So what I really want y'all to understand and understand as we navigate, and this is for individuals who are still working, but also for those who have retired for corporations in different companies, whether you're on a pension, whether you work for the government, they're channeling your energy and they have an equivalent of how much they can actually usurp from you working for these corporations. So what I did, I took my own numbers, and I really want y'all to see this and how this works out. So I'm gonna pull up my calculator, and I want y'all to really understand why it's important that we look at ourselves and see how much we're truly worth, but how much they're stealing from us that we are voluntarily allowing them to do. I want y'all to think about that. And the reason why I say we voluntarily allow that to happen, because we choose to work for these companies. We choose to work for the government. We choose to work for these different institutions. We do it because we have to take care of our family. We want to have a certain type of living. But when you realize how much they're really taking from you, it's going to blow your mind. Because when we think about it, we are infinite wealth. They recognize that. And they had to figure out a way to channel that energy from us. So what I'm going to share my screen. I really want y'all to break this down. I want y'all to see how powerful we are as individuals when it comes down to our own currency and the value we have in ourselves. So let me share my screen. I'm going to pull up my calculator. All right. So let me pull this calculator up. And I want everybody to see it. When we think about the BTU, which is equivalent to 3,412 for every 1 kilowatt per hour. Say for example, you work 40 hours a week, okay? But you have a certain wage that you make per hour. All right. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna share with you all my numbers for where I work. Now, I want y'all to understand, I'm grateful for having the opportunity to work where I work. When I show you these numbers, it's going to be flabbergasting on how much they're actually usurping from me. So if we take 3,412, okay, and I get paid $55 an hour. I'm gonna round it off, $55 an hour. All right, times 55, and I work a 40-hour week times $40, 40-hour week, okay? And we normally get paid every 2 weeks. That number comes up to, for every 2 weeks, because of my BTUs, I'm generating $15 million every 2 weeks. Okay? Now, I already told you how much I'm generating per hour. All right? So if you say that I'm gonna round my numbers up, every 2 weeks, $5,000 comes to me out of that 15 million. So I'm going to subtract $5,000 out of that. That's how much the company is keeping based on my energy, my BTUs, for me working for a corporation. $15 million. So when you hear Big Mama say that, you know what, you're working, and they actually, when we do those W-2s and W-4s, we're giving them the ability to go into our treasury accounts, and they're paying us off our own energy because we actually sign the forms to them for them to go into our treasury accounts to pull the resources down, because the attorneys are the ones who put together the forms. And when they pull down that monies, it goes to the company, and they're paying us pennies on the pennies. I didn't say pennies on a dollar. They're paying us pennies on the pennies. So if you take your numbers and populate it in there, you'll see how much you're generating. So when we think about, we look at sports, and we start hearing about all these major professionals having these contracts where they're getting paid $100 million over the course of 10 years, or, some of them get these max contracts where they're going to get paid $300 million over the course of 10, 15 years. And you're like, how the heck are they making that kind of money? Because when you sign your name on a contract with them, you're giving them the ability to go and take that documentation to the treasury and accessing your account, because their attorneys are working with their attorneys who set up those accounts in the treasury departments, and they're going in there and they're taking the resources off of our energies. So when you think about the fact that they're getting $100 million, it's still peanuts. Because now you're looking at, for instance, where I live in DC, the Washington, I still call them the Washington Redskins organization, the Washington Commanders, they're building a multi-billion-dollar stadium. And we're thinking that they're generating all these resources, all this income and the money's flying in, and they can just pay for that stadium. No, it's contract on top of contract from all the players, all the employees that fall within that organization. They're taking to the Treasury Department, getting those resources, and boom, they're paying for it off the back of everyone who works for those corporations. Is it a bad thing? Depends on how you look at it. Because we're voluntarily giving our energy because we have to take care of ourselves and want to live a certain lifestyle. But when you learn how they're usurping our energies, it goes back to saying, okay, how do we come together collectively as a unit, as a family, as a nation, as an empire, pool our resources, our talents, take our gifts and talents of all the goods and services that we're able to produce, our intellectual knowledge, create our own energy, create our own cars, build our own homes. You follow me? And we build our towns like we've done in the past, going back from the time this earth was put together. We've shown that over and over again. We can do that now to this day. It's just a matter of us coming collected together and utilizing those resources, understanding how to navigate within the world, but living in an earthly sense because now we're at a high spiritual level. And I always learn, and I taught from my mentors, and I've been learning from my big mama. The fact is that don't hate the game or don't hate the player, hate the game. But if you learn to learn the game, then you can become a major player within the game. But for us, we're going to a higher vibratory frequency to understand how to navigate more effectively. So, family, I didn't have a whole lot I want to talk about tonight about it because when I did the numbers, it kind of shocked me and blew my mind on how much we're giving away of our resources in so many ways. And what I want to do, I want to wrap up on this and why it's so important with this foundation information that was shared from us with our dear Big Mama. And I want to come back over to my PDF. And I want to reference the oaths of the attorneys. And this is going back to some of the oaths when it comes to the North Carolina general statutes dealing with their Chapter 11 information when it comes to their oaths. And why this is so important for us to understand and to break down information on how they're usurping so much of our energy. So what I want to do, I want to go over to page number 4 or page number 3. And the first one I want to look at, we touched this, and I've heard this multiple times where my dear sister Christina's read it for Big Mama. Big Mama started off breaking it down for us within the Black Dot program. Then she shares it more and more on live events and the recordings, and she asked Christina to read it. Every time I look at this, I'm like, wow, it's right here in front of us how they're usurping the energies of our women. See, everything starts with the melanated woman, the original God. She is God. My mother is the God who brought me through her portal. My wife is a God. My daughter is a God. Because they have the mitochondrial DNA inside of them. When we look at how they structured everything to usurp the woman, I was like, wow. And I just want to share this with y'all one more time because I'm quite sure our dear Big Mom's going to break it down more and more because new people come onto the platform and need to see this and need to read this because everything we're seeing is designed by attorneys within the bar going back to England, the baristas. It's the breakdown of what's going on. So when you look at this right here, look at the administrator. It says, you swear or affirm that you believe, listen to the words, you believe AB died without leaving any last will and testament. When I look at this right here and it says AB died, okay, AB stands for American Banker or American Barista, okay? But it says die without leaving a last will and testament. When I look at this word right here, I think about the straw man because it's a dead entity. We're not talking about the soul of the man, the soul of the individual who's walking a living, walking soul. We're talking about a dead entity. that you will well and true administer all in singular the goods and shadow rights and credits of the said AB in a true and perfect inventory thereof return according to law, and that all the duties are pertaining to the charge imposed in you, you will well and truly perform according to law and with your best skill and ability. So help you God. Right now, let's look at the. We can't see it. Okay, let me stop. Let me stop my share. Thank you for saying that, sis. Let me find. Thank you so much. Didn't realize I wasn't sharing, family. Thank you. So here it says, administrator, you swear or affirm that you believe AB died without leaving any last will and testament, that you will well and truly administer all in singular the goods and chattels, rights and credits of the said AB, and a true and perfect inventory thereof return according to law, and that all other duties appertaining to the charge reposed in you, you will well and truly perform according to law and with your best skill and ability. So help you God. Then it says, attorney at law, IAB, American barrister, American banker, do swear or affirm that I truly and honestly demean myself. It means to lower yourself, to degrade yourself in the practice of an attorney. This saying I'm going to degrade and humiliate myself as an attorney according to the best of my knowledge and ability to help me God. All right. So as we drop down here, we take a look at the auditor, then we look at the book of debt oath. It says, you swear or affirm that the matter in dispute is a book account, that you have no means to prove delivery of such articles, that you have no means to prove. Check this out. It's giving them a way out. You have no means to prove the delivery of such articles as you propose to prove by your own oath or of any of them but yourself. And you further swear that the account rendered by you is just and true, that you have given all your just credits. So help you God. Look here, family. When we sit down and do these adhesion contracts, so you sit down and you actually get yourself a mortgage, all this stuff right here is not divulged to you. So they're saying that they're actually sharing this information with the person who's the sole individual with the book of debt. They're not even disclosing this information, but they're giving themselves a way out because we've been hoodwinked to the point that we don't even know this is going on behind the scenes. Then we go down here to the book debt oath of administrator. You, as executive administrator of AB, swear that you verily believe this account to be just and true, and that there are no listen to this second sentence, family. You, as executive administrator of AB, swear or affirm that you verily believe this account to be just and true, and that there are no witnesses to your knowledge capable of proving the delivery of the articles therein charged, and that you found the book or accounting so stated, and do not know of any other or further credit to be given than what is therefore given. So help you God. They're saying that I'm affirming this, that there's no witness. I bet you I guarantee there's no witness because no one's aware that this has been going on behind the scenes, how they're usurping by you and I signing on this documentation, and they're taking it and they're rewriting information in dialogue to attach to this information and going to the treasury and usurping and taking our credits. This is what's going on behind the scenes. They're giving themselves a way out because it's their system. They're working together within this system. So as you learn more about why things are the way they are in society, why these corporations are making millions on top of billions on top of trillions of dollars, why these attorneys are making money hand over fist consistently, is right here in black and white, how this is happening to us. But the thing is all about, all these things are going back to the woman. And as you come down here, you look at the commissioner's aligning of a year's provisions. It says, you and each of you swear or affirm that you will lay off and allot to the petitioner a year's provision for herself, which is the woman, and her family, which is the children that she brought into this world, onto this earth. Not a man, but the woman birthed this child. And then they create the birth certificate and they usurp and put in a all caps, the straw man, to have the mirror image of the living soul to take to the Treasury Department to take the credits of each person that's born to this world. They're saying right here that it's supposed to lay off and allot to the petitioner, which is the woman she's specifically petitioning for. She doesn't even know this is going on. How can they should be setting aside a year's worth for the family, according to law, with your best skill and ability, so help you God. So this is what's taking place behind the scenes, where we don't realize all these things are happening to us because the attorneys are the ones putting together the contracts and thinking that we have to have these contracts in place to live a certain life. We've been taught in through school and through the education that this is the normal thing to do. But these are the things of the world, not of the earth, but of the world. And until we learn how to get around this and come together as a nation to build our own infrastructure and know how to play the game within this system to take advantage and get our credits back, those are things we're learning along the way. So with that said, family, it's a whole lot as we continue on this journey of enlightenment in so many ways. And as we go through our 12 steps of personal sovereignty and getting back into our rightful seats and understanding how finances work and how the system is set up against us to usurp the resources from us, then we have a better chance of knowing how to play the game more effectively, because the attorneys have designed everything. And I tell you what, I've learned so much just being a part of the nation that the attorneys, they are the ones who set up the system going back to ancient times in so many ways. And once we get around that situation and learn more and more, that's when we're going to be able to elevate. But it doesn't have to, we don't have to wait for them. We can begin with ourselves. And that's why I'm so grateful for the fact that we have the Black Dot programs that are in place right now, the Black Dot stores, where we can bring together our matriarchs, because it all starts and begins. It starts with you, matriarch, and it's going to end with you. It starts with you and it ends with you. And all of us who are the men of the earth, we're going to surround you. We're going to circle wagons around you. We're going to protect you, because we know that the work has to be done, but it starts with you. We're going to surround you. We're going to protect you. Like I surround my wife. I surround my daughter. We're going to do it individually in our households. We're going to do it together as a nation for all our women, for my grandmothers, to my aunties, to my dear sisters, to my nieces. We're here to protect all of you all. We love you. We appreciate you. And we're here to support you in everything, because we know it starts and ends with you. And with that said, Big Mama, I'm done for the night. I appreciate having an opportunity to break down that we're talking about when it comes to family money matters, because it's all about the family and everything we're doing. Family, family, family. So with that said, Big Mama, I yield the mic back to you. Peace and love.
Thank you very much. Y'all might as well look. He throw down, and he got the download when me and him was having that conversation, and this is the result of it, because he's online. So y'all give it up to Bending Bamboo, my son.
Ashe, Ashe.
Gratitude.
Ashe, my brother.
Gratitude.
Gratitude.
In the
Gratitude.
bamboo.
Hey, brother. I say,
Ashe.
brother.
Gratitude, brother.
Ashe.
Ashe.
All right. So let's see where is he?
Mm-hmm.
No, that's not him. I guess, is my son still on here, or he had to drop off? Oh, I think he had to drop off. So he touched on just about everything that he needed to touch on, so y'all could go back and recognize, that wherever your county is, where you were birthed at, that's where your credits are going. No matter if you move from here to Kalamazoo, it don't matter. Wherever you were born, those credits are going to that county. And the counties are sending them on through a structure called the, and I'm gonna expose this tonight to you so you can understand the importance of understanding to follow the money or follow the credits so that you'll know where they are. So give me a second here. Got a few things I want to just show you. First of all, I want to go down to finding this is one that I just randomly pick. Of course, it's Georgia. And I may need to go somewhere else because I don't know whether their annual reports will show the attorneys that's working on the outside of the construct or the infrastructure of the county. And the reason why they're so involved in county business, like setting up the police departments and setting up going into the courts, the county courts, and taking them over as abandoned, and showing you probably not tonight, but I'm going to show you why the real offices of the counties are not vacant, and why are they not vacant? Vacant is because during their election, first of all, they shouldn't be on the voting ballot. That's the first thing. They have the bar has come into the knowledge to put themselves on the ballot. So you have to meet certain of their criteria to put their people on the ballot, and none of them are qualified to be on the ballot because they carry a title of nobility and they work for a foreign agency called the barrister accredited registry, and that's in London. The police department is also got their charters from London. So when we talk about these people that have set up these constructs, they're all from London, England. And believe it or not, most people think London is a huge place. But they sit on a excuse my expression, they sit on a tiny stretch of water. I mean, little as crap. And I'll show all that if y'all write that down, because that's going to be part of my showing plus whatever I said just now. I'm going to make it a night where y'all can really see it. But for tonight, you just need to know that these people running the world thinking that Great Britain is some huge place. You got all these soldiers. That's all a flippity flop. I told you, don't believe nothing what you hear and half of what you see. Ashay? Because what you see a lot of time ain't what you think, what it really is going on. And because you don't understand that these people live on in the middle of the water on a little stretch of land that they fight over every now and then on who's going to control that little stretch of land, which they call the city of London. And they ain't no bigger than probably some little small county in some big city. It ain't that big, y'all. It's a county. It's a little old bitty place. They ain't got no resources. They don't have nothing. That's why they all over the world setting up their regime to be an economic hit person. Did y'all hear what I said? So these people ain't got as much power as they have perpetrated on the television. Now, I want to, for time's sake, I don't want to get into this, but these budgets are based on the credits that belong to the woman. And they take them and they do as they fit. They build all kind of stuff downtown. If you go downtown, all this that's going on downtown and all this is based on us and our credits. And they revenues, they create these programs to create the revenues to be able to not only get our credits, but to get the credits for providing the goods and services all along. Can I get a witness right now?
Ashe.
Ashe.
I say, Big
Ashe.
Mama, I
Ashe.
say.
Ashe.
Speak
Ashe.
Tell it like it is.
Ashe.
So
Ashe.
love and light.
I
Ashe,
would
Ashe, Ashe.
I would
Elwadudu.
I would beg you all,
Thank you. Thank you.
You speaking right now.
as you can see, all these numbers are our credits that they decide what they gonna do with it, and they don't have us in mind to give us none of it. And so therefore, you need to know where they're going, and these people that have you need to go look up the CAFRO, which means the Comprehensive Annual Report for your area, so that you can see. If you go all the way back, because I'm looking for this one right here. Now you see the accounting office. I'm giving y'all a hint that the state or county offices is running all the bursts and its credits through the county. They go down. They got it looking like the state send them money or send money down to do the things that need to be done in the counties, and that's not true. What's happening is the counties, they're coming to the counties, robbing and pillaging the counties. So it starts out from the state attorney to the county attorney and the city attorney. They all in it together at the state level to bring your birth record out of the county and take it up to the state, put a state number on there, because every state has a number. North Carolina is number 132, I believe it is. And maybe 136 is Ohio. So each state has a state number that they put on those county birth records. Now is theirs, and they go into trading on the market globally, those credits, and do all kind of stuff other than do the right thing. So I just wanted to find, and there will be another time where I will bring up to you all the structure of the county government, and where the legal offices are sitting outside of the diagram. And that means that they're pointing into the county office that control the sheriff. They control the county registry of deeds, because they have to go in there in order to pull out all those birth records and do what they need to do. So they are not part of the county construct, but the county people are taking instructions from the legal department. And every county, just like every other corporation, every other federal quote unquote government, has a back office called the legal department. And back there, they determine how stuff is going to happen or not happen for you. And they can't let nothing happen for you, because it's going to mess up their books and it's going to tell on them. But if you see and Google who is the county attorney for your county that you was birthed in, and you'll find out who the snake is. Find out who the city attorney is, and then you find out who the state attorney is. Those are the three who are down there robbing and pillaging the county and telling the county workers plus the commissioners what to do. And they just really lame ducks, if you tell, because if I went down there, don't think I ain't been, and interviewed one of the commissioners that was elected. And there wasn't a member of the bar. And so they know that the workers are in their proper status because they don't have titles of nobility. So therefore, they can run for county office. But believe me, they're not running the office. It's the legal department of the county that's running all of the corruption that's going on. And they're running the county courts as well to rob and steal the estates of the people, because they put us under the Garden Athletium program, which is a program for minors. Now they consider us a minor when we don't come and claim our estates. And so they become fiduciaries for that, as you saw in the oaths earlier. And those of y'all come Johnny Gum lately, you need to get the recordings, because I can't go back and do all that for you tonight or ever, because I'm beyond that right now. For those who've been with me the longest, they understand the language of what I'm saying. But I'm hinting to tell you to go look where you need to look. And North Carolina is the only place that you're going to get them oaths of the counties, because they all uniform. And they had them other places, but they're all the same. So go get it from the North Carolina oaths under the 1111. That's why my tag starts with 1111. Because I'm letting them know, when you get behind me, I know what your oath is. Don't mess with me. And I know what you're doing. And I don't have to say nothing but just have that on my tags. 1111. 11. I'm the one. 1111. I'm the one out of the 11s. So that's why you see the 111111 on my tags, because that's where you find them oaths at. And they don't lie. And by the way, the states are not states. They just set up in a county calling itself the state and running their business on a piece of land that's sitting in the county, and they call that the whole state, and the whole state is the whole land of the counties. And that's not true. Like North Carolina, so to speak, first of all, we need to stop calling them freaking names, because you keep bringing up your conjure by calling them states and North Carolina and think that stuff is real. And it's not. It is an entity that calls itself a government by way of its way of deceiving people of all the rest of the counties. North Carolina alone has 100 counties, and all 100 counties think that the state is in control of them. So when I went to visit the county commissioner, and I asked them, I showed them the organizational charts, and I said, well, you tell me, who do you take your instructions from? Who's your boss? Well, they say the state. I said, well, I showed them the infrastructure before they changed it, y'all. They changed it somewhere back in 2000, 1999, 2000, somewhere or another. The legal department done reconstructed the county government altogether. Now they corporatized. Now the county manager is sitting up on top where the people used to be at. Oh, I watched it. I did my homework. And how they move things around because the state is at the bottom of the infrastructure. So how is it that I showed them if the state is down at the bottom, then how is it that they're your boss? Wouldn't it be to think that you their boss? Or maybe they're not even supposed to be in our business? And if she had somebody from the legal department to be sitting right beside of her. They stepped out of the room and come back, and she told me the meeting is over. Because I showed the county commissioner, they ain't your boss. We are. We voted you supposed to be working for us. What are you doing working for the state? And that's because the state attorneys took over the offices because they intentionally, every election, vacate the offices on purpose. You got 21 days to take the office, the county offices. Well, when they elect the bar members to take over the clerk of courts, superior clerk of court, and all the county offices, what they do is they go on vacation right after they get sworn in. Now, mind you, they don't even get sworn in. Like the elections is in November, and they don't come out nowhere until December, around December the 21st, to take the false oath. Because they've already vacated the offices because they're supposed to took it within 21 days. So let's just say that they waited till after the election and took the oath. Well, when they take the oath of office, they're not taking the real oath of office other than to taking the oath of office for the state, and it's two different kinds. Now, again, that'll be another talk show that I'll put all that together so y'all can see. But in the meantime, I'm gonna tell you what happened. So when they take their oath, they go on Christmas vacation. That's why they take it on the 21st, because that's what? Winter solstice. And the science of winter solstice is just that. Y'all know what that is. I'm not going to go in that door because I want to stay in this room right here. So when they go on vacation after they done took the false oath, now the clock is ticking. They got 21 days to take the office, and they don't. So when they return, the office is considered vacant, and so now the state take over the offices because no one showed up for the office, and so that's where the bar, the corporation, acts as a fiduciary to the office, and now they can rob and pillage because ain't nobody in the office. Why y'all think Trump is so hard on these attorneys now? Because he know what they've been doing. The oaths of office of the in Washington, D.C., those are not our offices. Those people don't work for us. And so that's why they ain't doing nothing for you. They come around once a year to just show their face and campaign for you to vote for them when it's already done decided who gonna be in what seats, because it is ran by the electoral voters. They're the ones who make the decision, the college voters. And that's why they set up colleges all over the land, y'all. All right. Now, enough of that. You can unmute your mics and give me some kudos.
Yeah.
Gratitude, mama.
Gratitude.
Gratitude.
Gratitude, mama. Gratitude.
Gratitude, mama. Aralazatu.
Gratitude.
LYPD.
You coming with the fire and brimstone, mama.
Yeah.
Good move.
Yes.
Okay.
She cooking.
You put some fire to the plate tonight, mama.
Yep.
That old school
Tonight.
cooking right there.
All right. And so I'm not gonna tell you nothing I can't prove. And again, I don't want to go all the way over there, but y'all need to go over there and do your homework on the for the county that you were born in, and pull up the comprehensive annual report, and you'll see what my son was reading to you. That's what they're doing over there. You need to get them oath and read that whole thing of an oath, because that's systematically everywhere. It's just that you ain't gonna find it no other place but there, that's displayed, because they're always good about hiding stuff from us with their penmanship. All right. Now let me move on, because I want to be out of here by 9:30 tonight, if not earlier. So we're gonna starting on time, letting people in by 6:50. By 7:05, we going at it, because we just taking too much time. And the children, I have to acknowledge the children on the platform, because this is securing 7 generations for them. And of course, I don't know if we're gonna do that on this platform. We should, and should make it a part of this platform from now on, to acknowledge our children.
Ashe.
All right.
Ashe.
Ashe.
Now, I want to bring to y'all attention, women, my daughters, to confirm what is going on that pineal gland as God's mother. Number 2, mother in certain special uses. See alma mater and phrases below. So number 3, in anatomy, 1 or 2 membranes or minions of the brain, outer and inner, separated by the arytenoid, and distinguished in dura matter or dura, and pi matter or pi, so called from some idea that they produce the brain. Now, I just want you to just think about that for a minute, because I'm going somewhere with this on the board. Matter, money matter without the extra T. That's disguised. And I broke the code. They're talking about the mother. And you're talking about the black matter, the matter that's around that pineal gland is what we're talking about. And this is what the mother produces in anatomy, right? Now, I want to go somewhere else now. Okay, stop playing with me. Did I pause my sharing? Because I need to pause it for a minute.
Yes.
I did pause it. Okay, thank you. Because I need to.
Oh,
No, ma'am, you're still
No, ma'am.
showing.
You can still see it.
Keep me healed, sir. Keep me healed.
All right, give me a second then. First of all, while I'm pulling up, what I'm pulling up, can somebody tell me why in a minute? I want y'all to raise your hand and tell me why I'm sharing what I'm sharing with you. Give me 1 second here. All right, now I can share this. Right. Uh, Christina, darling, can you read this for me, please?
Yes, Mama. Can you blow it a little bit? Okay. Gratitude. We're going to start at number 1, mother. Number 2, a Middle English form of matter. Number 3, mother. In certain special uses, see alma mater or matter, and phrases below. Number 4, in anatomy, one or two of two membranes of the meanings of the brain, outer and inner, separated by the arachnoid and distinguished as dura mater or dura and pia mater or pia, so called from some idea that they produce the brain. You scroll up a little bit for me, please. Number 5, the large metallic disc, which forms the foundation of an astrolabe and carries at its circumference the graduation upon which the indications of the alidate or index are read.
Okay.
Is there more, Mama?
That's it. Okay.
That's it? Okay.
That's it. This is us. That's that pineal gland. That's where that picture of that brain at. Did I pause my sharing? Thank you.
You're still sharing, Mama.
Oh, it's still sharing.
All right. I'm trying to figure out which one of these buttons that will. Did I stop sharing yet?
No, ma'am.
All right.
No, you're still sharing.
All right, then let me just stop it for a minute. I don't know why it's not working. Or I'm not doing something right, but that's all right. I got to pull up this picture of the brain. Okay. Thank you all for your patience with me. All right. So I wanna remind you of this picture here. Remember that little disc right here? Right there? See my hand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So that's the same as this that lies within every woman. That's her computer chip. And that's what they're talking about right here. The matter and the disc, the Lord metallic disc that lies within the formation of her divinity, that lies within the brain, inside the brain is this disc here. And it's the same as the picture here. That disc. Okay? And it's powerful. It lies right there where the error is when it's raw. Because the power of it is phenomenal. And that's why man can't never create nothing like us. They can, not even a robot can outdo us. When we come online, we can drop information just like AI. And by the way, it was a melanated woman that created AI. Did you know that?
Thank you, Mom.
Not surprised.
Yes, Big Mama, I knew.
All right. Now, we're going somewhere else. Why it's important for you all to know what's around that disc. Xerox and all the ink people that are only giving out this ink to the attorneys to do the spelling on us, and we don't even know. They just give us regular ink. And I wanted to show you that I ain't really playing about what I'm saying about them and that freaking ink. Now that you read about the matter, okay? Now, I'm gonna show my screen. And now I'm going to the board when I finish with this, because y'all need to know that this is worth trillions and trillions, because they use what's around there that we got, and they pull it out of there, and they give it to the attorneys, and they're the only ones that they got access to the ink that come out of you from the coroner's office. Now, and like my son say, don't hate the player, change the game, be the game changer. Let me hit my share.
I say.
All right, my darling Christina. Can
I'm gonna
you?
start with the Xerox.
Oh, girl, yes, ma'am, baby. Yes, lie, yes. Because now I got the evidence. I'm gonna show y'all the evidence. And look, you can't lie, because here it is.
Okay, we got the Xerox or xerographic copier, Xerox machine, which is a verb. It is a duplicator, trademark Xerox, mind those X's, that copies graphic matter by the action of light on an electrically charged, photoconductive, insulated surface in which the latent image is developed with a resinous powder. Is there more, Mama? Yes.
That's it.
Photocopy, runoff, Xerox, reproduce by xerography or xerography.
And the X is her. XX. They put it in code. Those are her rocks. Y'all hear what I'm saying? That's her ox. Then they trade oxen and cattle for a woman back in the day. Huh? But this resin, y'all better see where they getting that resin from. That's the key word right there. Resin. Right there. Resin powder. Where are they getting it from? Huh? Where are they getting it from?
They stealing it from us,
They
Mama.
stealing it from us and they writing our reality with our stuff and our ancestor stuff. The first thing they do, they cut that open, get it out of there. Get that disc. Because the disc holds the information that's pouring down out of me to you. And the same with you. When you get online, that's why they say most humans don't use their mind. And notice they said mind, they didn't say brain. If you ever get access to it, you're more powerful. And the only way that you can get access to it, you got to throw all the junk stuff away. That's from the brain telling you a lie about who you really are, because the brain can't go there in the heavens. Only the divinity and divine mind and the heart and soul has to be right. That's a few things. Mom, you got to eat right. You got to understand the water and how the water is causing some stuff not to come through for you, and things that you put on your skin like lotion and perfume and soap, because that's the biggest organ there is that they can have access to. So if they can do all the stuff on the outer part of you to keep you from going there, because you can't go there if you ain't right all the way and be online. I'm going to be honest. If you ain't right 100%, you can't go there because you could cause some damage. And so you got to be right in your whole aura in order to have access to your divinity. Shalom. So don't be mad. You got to do the work to get access. And I've done the work. Other people done the work. My son, Bandon Babu, look at him. Since he been here, he been with me for what, 3 or 4 years. Look at him. Regurgitating stuff, he online. He did his work. Among probably some others who stayed around here long enough for you to come online. Capiche?
Fish.
Come on, ladies. Now y'all know what this is
Ashe,
all
Mama.
about.
Ashe,
Ashe, mama.
Ashe, ma. Ashe, big mama.
Gratitude, gratitude.
Ashe, Ashe.
Ashe,
Gratitude is gratitude.
Ashe.
Elbaduru.
Now, I had to cut some light on so y'all can see. Now, we already done discussed the money, the matter and money. So we got to get rid of this T right here, because it'll make more sense now and the energy of the matter can now connect to you as mother. So think about now. I like stuff like this because I don't know if y'all see my brain smoke coming out of it or not, but I feel it. Where have you seen the word matter at when it comes to them? Raise your hand.
Who?
Okay, Monica, you have to tell who to talk.
Sue Benz.
Hi. Court matter.
There you go. In the matter of. So if they're saying it, they're mimicking saying that the matter is we dealing with the mother's child and the mother's estate that she gave him or her, and they're going to have access to the matter, which is the access to thought and the penmanship that they use in relations to legalese and binding you with the spell with the ink that they done robbed from who? The mother. And the darker you are, the more valuable you are. But in their society, the more darker you is, they ain't want nothing to do with you. They mark us, the darker we are. People pick at us because we dark-skinned. And it's people that's blue-black. Boy, now everybody looking at them like they fine. Lord, I wish I could be a little darker. You hear me? Now nobody couldn't say that. Now they got all these dark, blue-looking women on the front cover and modeling. Fine as I don't know what. But that wasn't the case always. They had to downgrade her. They had to do all these things to make us feel bad for being dark-skinned and big lip and nappy hair. I love my nappy hair. You hear me? I love it because then the antennas to the heavens. You hear what I'm saying? They transmitting information that's coming down through my skull and coming down there and processing out, and I'm giving it to you. So thank goodness that I'm a melanated woman to give it to you.
Ashe.
Thank you.
Ashe.
Because I'm coming from up high.
Ashe.
And I'm giving it to the Caucasian women and the women in between. Because y'all got some melanin in you. Because you came from somewhere, some source of somebody dark skin.
Ashe.
Originals.
So you got the right to the tree of life, just like everybody else, because everything came out of the black melanated woman. All colors, the rainbow colors. That's why they call it the rainbow colors. Yellow, black, and white, we are precious in his sight. Poet. Because he was helping them. Bar Jesus. And they put him in front of you to usurp your divinity. And if y'all, those of you all that was in the metaphysical Bible study class today, you'll recognize what I'm saying. I don't care whether they paint Jesus black. He ain't the head of my damn life. And he shouldn't be the head of yours either.
Ashe.
Particularly if you God.
Ashe.
Ashe, mama.
Now, we got this squared away, right? The matter and mother, we good, right? That's kryptonite substance, and that is the satellite of all satellites, baby. And everything that they created based off of our internal beings. Now, I'm gonna go over some words tonight, because everybody wanna hurry up and get there, but when you get there, how you gonna keep it? If you do get there, how you gonna operate? Are you gonna, where's your mindset at? Where you at? And I'm calling on your spirit, your God. I'm calling on Cheryl's God. I'm calling on Leslie's God. And I'm calling on Shadea's God, Scorpio, Empress God, Mildred's God. I'm talking about Bridget's God. I'm talking about Jimmy's God. I'm talking about Colleen's God. I'm talking about Kat and Jim's God. Where you at? Because that's what I'm speaking to. I'm not speaking to now one of you flashes, particularly y'all trying to hurry up. That's flesh. Because spirit don't have to rush for nothing.
That's
Just
right.
stroll up there. Do the
Ashe,
gangster walk.
ashe.
Do that pimp. Yeah, what's up?
All right now.
That kind of walk. You running, you look crazy as a God running and being frantic. They just don't mix. Okay? They just don't. So you got to tap into your divine mind so that your divine thought. I tell you who you need to watch. Start watching doggone what's the man name? Died with all them Rolls Royces. He from South Carolina. He was before his time, but he left it back here. He had the church.
Military day.
What's his name?
I know you talk about mama. I see
Doggone
his
it.
face.
Oh man, come on, somebody tell me.
You ain't talking about Bishop Don Magic Wine, are you?
No.
No, this the other guy. He like Rolls Royces all the time.
See
He
his
got
face
all
right
those
there.
Rolls Royces. Ike, what's his name?
Reverend Ike. Reverend Ike.
Reverend Ike. His whole church was rich, like him. And he had one time he had a sermon, and he coming from the metaphysical, y'all. Y'all want to know a little bit more about what this whole thing about? His whole life and all his sermon was about being financially wealthy and calling it down. You need to go over there. He gonna help you out. He gonna help me. Help y'all. Go on over there. Pull up Reverend Ike. They laughed at Reverend Ike. You know, because all the church people, all the Christians, but his congregation, honey, they all was lined up with their credits. He got them hooked up. Because one of his sessions, he said, he showed all the audience, and he said, now that y'all got control of your credits, and then he went on to talking about whatever it was, but I caught it. I said, oh, so this man have a church based on financial wealth from your own divinity and giving them access to it so that they can be in abundance and live just as good as him. Most preachers don't do that, even if they just don't know that part of it. And I want to say that some of them do and some of them don't, okay? But the ones, and all of them, are going to take up a plate And because who is the most majority in the church? The woman and her chillings. And then if the man, she'll drag him on with her, and he don't want to go. I don't blame him. I wouldn't want to go either. Some woman sitting up in there getting his hard-earned money over to the man that driving a big Bentley or Cadillac and got all the damn jets and all the fine clothes, his children all shined up, the first lady with her hat cocked to the side, and all them doing good. But we not doing good. And let us go and ask them for something, particularly melanated churches. Some of the white churches, Caucasian churches, they do all right. But we don't even have food banks in our church. And all week long, them doors is closed when they should be open for something every day, like we doing on this platform.
That's right.
But they set to Wednesday and Sunday, when you could be doing a whole lot more with that building and helping the people in the community. That's why they got to go.
Yes.
Because they deceiving the people out of their divinity, and they got a right to tree of life, and they have no right to keep us from where we need to be in our own spirit life, in our walk as God's women. But they standing over you with a dress on, mimicking you, telling you got to be quiet and of the church, and let us men folks run stuff. And we want you to cook the chicken, keep the door, serve them. We have served our last serve on anybody else. We getting ready to serve ourselves now. Can I get our shake?
Ashe.
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 Ashe, Mama. Ashe.
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 Love you, Lynn. See you later.
Ashe, mama. Ashe.
Now, boy, time flies when you're having fun. Let's see. Now, where my Unity dictionary at? There we go. We're going to look up some words so you can get your mind kind of straight. I'm going to share my screen so that we can look up some words and see what they mean metaphysically when it comes to money matters. Now that we know who the money matters is, all right? So can you see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So let's go down. The first word I'm going to look up is silver. See if it's in here. Let's see if it's hid. Here we go. Silver, metaphysically meaning love and wisdom, y'all. It don't mean that in-ground stuff that they have put in front of us to deceive us. It means love and wisdom. And where's love and wisdom at? We're up at the top of the tree, the tree, the I ain't so tree, because I taught last week, a week before last, that when Solomon asked for, when presented whether he wanted wisdom or wealth, he chose wisdom, and he chose wisely because the wisdom bought him wealth. And I'm going to show in a minute. I got the book of Solomon that was given to me, and I've got the Gnostic Bible, and I've got the NAG library. Those are the missing books of the Bible, and it tells a better story than the regular Bible does about certain things that we don't even think from the perspective in which it's given. So I'm going to send that Solomon book to Monica to just mail out to the people that's on the email list. And if you ain't on the email list, you need to get on it. Okay? But that's what silver means. Y'all surprised?
Yes.
Ashe.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. All right. Now, let's go to money. See, my point, what I'm making tonight is that you all need to start looking at stuff from the real side of yourself, which is your God self. So the metaphysical meaning of money is a medium of exchange and a measurement of value. The materialization of spiritual substance, the symbol of the idea of prosperity. Money is a symbol that represents values in goods, land, and service. Substance in the form of money is given to us for constructive uses. The money idea is good and draws to us good when we are functioning in divine order. So you wondering why you don't have no money? There, your key answer right there. You haven't been operating in divine order, means that you have not been operating from your God to see it for what it is. The love of money is the root of much evil. Man should love the source of all money, God, the woman. There it is right there. You mistreating women, you always gonna be broke. You don't honor women and see them as what they are, gods, you will always be at a disadvantage. And you men that keep coming over here trying to snooze and push your woman up to me so that you can get what you want, your selfish tail, I'm not giving her nothing until she's ready to have it. So you might well sit on down. Stop nudging your women over here other than to want them to get free in their mind and get in their God seat. That's why you need to be nudging her, not because she has the ability to access something for you. Let her get herself together. Stop hounding her. Baby, go on over there with the Empress. Because we need to get this right here. I can hear your selfish selves now. Settle down somewhere and leave the woman alone. You put her over here and leave her alone. Money changers, dishonest thoughts of materialism and greed. That's what I'm just talking about. The consciousness must be cleansed of these if the body temple is to be kept pure and holy. Oh, I ain't hearing nobody say nothing on what I'm saying tonight.
Ashe.
You on fire.
Mother.
Ashe.
Let that sit in for a second, Mama.
Ashe.
Ashe.
Truth.
I'm listening, Empress.
Now,
Big thanks.
let's go to the next word. Gold is already addressed in the silver, so we done with that one. Let's see. John 3. Let me go another route, because I want to know what that means metaphysically. Here we go. It says credit is interpreted as a spiritual trust or faith, distinct from its financial meaning. It can refer to the reputation and honor one earns through good deeds and virtuous character, or a spiritual score based on one's alignment with divine principles. In Christian theology, it often is discussed as imputed righteousness, where a believer's quote unquote sins are forgiven and they are given the spiritual credit of Christ's righteousness. I would say Christ consciousness. And I would change believers to knowing, because believers do sin, but the knowers don't. Now, is this helping you all to get your minds ready for what's to come?
Yes, Mama.
Yes, most definitely. I'll
Absolutely.
share.
Absolutely.
Ashe,
Hey,
Ashe,
100%.
I say.
Ashe.
Oh
Gratitude.
yeah, I say.
Why do?
Now let's look at wages, Because the only time we ever heard wages in the Bible was the wages of sin is death. And that means that if you sin against God, that is the ultimate sin that can never be forgiven. Because you sinned against God. Not knowing that your mother or that woman was a God that you did something to. Metaphysically, wages can mean the natural, inevitable results of thoughts and actions, both positive and negative. This goes beyond a literal monetary payment and represents spiritual or mental rewards and consequences that follow one's choices. And of course, in the Christian Bible, it says right here, wages is often symbolized as the natural outcomes of spiritual efforts, with the ultimate wages of righteous living being eternal life or divine blissfulness, according to the Bible reference.com and True Unity. And I just came from over there, so let's go over there. So they was talking about interpretations here. I don't want to get all the way in there, but you all got the message. I don't want to go all the way into that like that. So you know what wages is. So let's go to let's go over here to treasury. They reference the ark, a holy abode, a sanctuary, a tabernacle, any vessel for preservation, a spear, a coffer, receptacle, depository, treasury, coffer, and whatever that word is. I've never seen that before. Corporate of light, a body of light. Okay, I'm going to go here then, so we can get a much simpler one. The metaphysical meaning of treasury goes beyond its physical definition in a place for storing wealth. It represents a repository of ultimate value, whether spiritual, intellectual, or divine, and reflects the sacredness of what a person or community holds much dear to them. So it represents a repository, and if your wealth is within your wisdom, which is your higher self, then that's where your repository of your treasury is. Your treasury lies within wisdom. Did y'all hear me? Because that's where your wealth
Ashe,
is.
Ashe, Ashe, Ashe.
Ashe, Mama.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, in closing tonight, when my son, Bending Bamboo, talked about the British thermal units and showed you all how to calculate your wealth. And when you spend, because there's a difference between spend, y'all, and circulating. They've always taught us to say the word spend,
Because it never comes back.
it never comes back. It goes out and it doesn't come back to you tenfold or any fold, as a matter of fact. But when you're circulating something, particularly if you circulate your energy 7 times in those accounts that we talked about, then let it go out. Then you capture your wealth and before it goes out of your body. So you got to treat the energy the same way. And so when you're making love, men and women, okay, you think about the timing in which you're going to do that when you got that feeling. Oh, I got to get this hank off of me. Come here, woman. Come here, sweetie pie. Don't. Hold it. That's when you know you need to hold it for 7 days. When you want to. Start there. So that energy can go all the way up. Come all the way down. And it's pumping that kryptonite, getting you pumped up, because you're going to be able to think and see different if you hold it. That energy going out, that's why the society of the world is so into the sexual stuff, sexualizing everything, even little children, because they want that energy, because they burned theirs out, y'all. Why y'all think they after the children? And why they after whatever they can get off of us? Because they know we ain't used none of ours. Our kryptonite is still in preserve, more so than not, because most of us don't even know how to make love either. I ain't gonna get in your bed and me mind my own, okay? But I'm just saying, there's a science behind everything that they do, and you don't know the science of what they're doing, so that keeps you at a disadvantage. But they understand how to hold their energy, but they can't hold theirs no more because they done burn all theirs out. And that's why they become energy vampires to us, because they can't create nothing. And they need you to create their madness for them so they can stay in their comfort zone. Ladies. Now, when he talked about the British thermal unit, he made a valid point, because we had went over this. I go over this, I think maybe every year. Do I go? I didn't go this the first year. Last year or this year was the first year. Did I go over it any
Yes,
for the class of 2025? Okay,
yes,
good. Because I want to always keep this one of the topics that we have in our 12 steps to sovereignty class, because it's important for us to know what our value is, the measurement of our value, and how to calculate it. Because after all, when this happens for you, now I can turn my board around. And by the way, I was using the wrong stuff on my board, so I got an extra board now. I was able to clean my board, so now I don't have to struggle with it. It goes with having the right stuff. And I also got me a little thing for my board to wipe it. So when I did put it on there, look how clean it is on both sides, right?
Clean.
Is you Harmony on here tonight?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
She's here.
I want you to write this black dot down for me. Okay, pick up your phone. Okay, I'm back. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can y'all-
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Y'all can hear me?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
All right. Now, this is what my son was talking about. The women, we are the ecosystem. We are the economy. Period. Don't let nobody tell you after the night that we don't run the economy. Why you think they have to have us? Because we are the ones that have the energy and the connection to bring forth more fruit. So how we're going to come out of that and come into this safely is through this process right here. The purpose of the Black Dot program is to take the economy away from them and bring it under divine order, under the right person that is theirs. It is yours, and they can't stop you. When you in divine order, they have to stand down. They know the rules of spiritual engagement. You got me? You got me, Carolyn? You got me, Colleen? And Cheryl? Okay. So the purpose is to do just that, is to bring the economy back under divine order, under your vine fig tree, under protection of this nation. And another cloaking. Now the criteria for you ladies is you must complete the 12 steps and the 12 traditions. Before you can be considered for the Black Dot Directory, because I'm not bringing no mess over here, and I'm not babysitting. And you better come up. You got to come over here. You got to be right up here, and you got to shed all that old stuff. And you'll do that through the 12 steps and the 12 traditions. You'll learn how to live by the fruits of your spirit as a God, because all the residue of the past is dealt with over here, so that you can get ready for your station wagon. And once you meet the criteria, your maintenance program is based on the fact that you will come over to the cosmic law class, and on that clan mother side of things, to keep your nurturing going, being among other women, and doing, like you have to go to class on your job. Sometime they send you to do a training or something so that you can continue your job. Well, it's the same thing over here, but you're going to be continuing your journey and doing your maintenance work on your vehicle, which is you, the outer you, and your car that you driving, that you lean doing a gangster lean on. And so you gotta come to classes, and you have to be actively involved even after you get your car. Because if you don't, you're going to fall right back in the same way you used to be. Because if you don't do your maintenance work, you're going to revert back to thinking the way you used to think, and you're going to lose it all. And don't come over here looking at me, no, Empress. Hush up. I told you. And then after that, then we will give you a registration form to fill out and send back to us via an email that will be designated once I talk to Christine and them about what email to send it to.
I can tell you now, Mama.
Okay, well, go ahead and then put it in the chat and put it over there in YouTube and wherever else you need to do. So if you do that, I'll wait for you to do it so that they can get it off of there before I finish up. Everybody all right? Like Bobby said, you all right?
Yeah.
Yes, Mama.
Big Mama.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Big Mama.
Yes, ma'am.
Usher.
Yes, I say.
Shay, mama.
All right. So as
All
she
right.
put it in, and they'll keep putting it in the chat, the moderators will keep putting it in the chat. All right? Because we're going to create the form. That's what we're going to be working on, is the form and how things are going to roll out. Like always, we have an order of things, how things run, so it won't be chaotic. And we can catch the ones that's trying to slip up in here. Because it's going to be tight. Because you ain't coming over here messing up this black dot for nobody. Now, once we accept you into the Black Dot program, we will contact you to set up you an appointment to get your self-supporting ministries, which is the SSM with Jaguar. Now, Jaguar normally charge $2,000 to do this. But she said, whatever you think you want me to charge them, that's what it'll be, Empress. So I said the investment for this with your seals, your corporate seals and everything is $500. That ain't a whole lot of money at all for what you get ready to get through this vehicle. Okay? Sacrifice. because when you sacrifice for something, you appreciate it more. And I'm tired of paying for stuff for people. And I paid for a whole bunch of 501c3s when I didn't know no better, because I knew how to get them. And I'm glad I at least kept some attachment to it, so that if they didn't do right, I could just take it over and just hold on to it. I'm sitting on about 20 501c3s that I paid for people as a gift to them. And they sitting over in my bag right now. Ain't that right, sweetie? They, at all people that I help, I think I got about maybe 3 people that are still actively in doing their stuff, and that's Tina and Melissa. They running their business and they doing a heck of a job. And also our Chief Pons, he already had his business. I flipped it to a 501c3. He still has his business too. I always been about business and helping people to become entrepreneurs. Some people just don't have it in them to be entrepreneurs. Those are the people that need to come and work for you. The people that's within the nation. Because what we're doing is we closing this gap down as tight as we can. And every woman that we bring out of there, that economy is going to collapse because we're leaving it. And it really can't collapse till y'all leave. So everybody wondering what a collapse gonna be, and what when we women get enough in our saturated so it could go on and collapse, because we're the ones that's keeping it up. And a lot of it is through threat, coercion, and duress. You keep paying your mortgage because you don't want to be thrown out, because you know them little stinking folks will send the sheriff to your house and throw you out. Ask me how I know, because I've experienced it.
Me too.
And these people run right here, running on programs and telling us to do all this stuff, and we have to pay our mortgage, and I did for about 9 years. But they got a hair up there, Heinies, and decided they're gonna come after me. And I was happened to be at my other house that I still got that was in foreclosure too. But I saved that one. And I keep paying because I got a tenant over there. See, if I was there, it'd be a little bit different. I didn't have no mailbox. You need to take the mailbox up off your lawn. It's out there in the street. And they know they can't come on your property and deliver that mail.
Ashe.
Take it up and take them numbers off your house. I had to put the mailbox back and put the number back on the house because I got a tenant. So therefore, I just got to, they got access to come up. Let me miss a payment or two. They start sending stuff, sending people out to the house. Just stupid stuff. But now, if I lived in that house, you come up on my property. I ain't playing with you. Because that's what the attorneys do. They pay these goons. They pay these deputy sheriffs under the table to go and scare you out of your house. And they doing it on the outside of the rim of the sheriff department. They look the other way. They get paid, and they come in, and they slap your stuff off, and they standing there with them guns. See, that's the only way they get us to do stuff, is that they have to put fear in us and threaten us, and with all the police officers with the guns. But you put them guns down, and mess with me in the spirit, I get you. Because I win every time. You can't fight them physically. You got to do this by the pen and by your divinity. You will win. And they won't exist in your life anymore because at the end of the day, the last result is this. You pull that money down from your divinity and give the beast whatever he wants because you ain't got to hit a lick at a black snake. You just say, okay, you want 50,000? Let me go in my divinity. Let me go in my purse chain and pull it down. There you go. Now go on. You ain't got no business with me no more. See, nobody ever thought about it from that perspective. If you got to, you ain't got to go and slave for them. You just pull it down. Here you go, beast. See you later. Kiss my hind end. Now, ain't that a game changer?
Love it.
Ashe, Ashe, Ashe.
Mama. Yes, ma'am.
Change the game.
Yes, it is.
Change the game.
Ashe,
Show 'em who
mama.
we are.
Ashe, Ashe.
Show 'em who we are.
Yeah, I say.
Put
Simply
it
put.
down and get a beast. Whatever he want. He can't say nothing after you give it to him. He go about his business. You say I owe you, here you go. But I tell you one good one and another one. Let me contact the Secretary of the Treasury and have your law firm audit it. Did you hear what I said?
Audit they butt.
Audit them. They don't want them in their books because they know they can't go to the window because when they go out of them books, that shut them out and they get disbarred from going to the window lying about stuff. And you give the Treasury the evidence. They said I owe this. Can you check the account and see if it's right? And I think you need to go back from day one that they start going to the Treasury window and they'll shut them down, they'll audit them, and most of them go to jail. And they ain't got nobody to help them now because what? The courts that they have used to do the dirt is no longer available for them to continue to do the dirt.
Ashe.
And run the dirt through. Ain't nobody protect. Everybody on their own now, because that's how it is. They all eat out of the same pot, and one go down, you just go down. We gonna keep going. Yeah, you shut out. You can, we can help you out, we will. But at the end of the day, you bet not, because if you do, this is what we gonna do to you. So, Jaguar, $500 to be paid to her. She would take 10 at a time. All right. To do this, and her and I are working out the details on that. It's $100 to add your self-support ministry under the Black Dot Directory. Those of you all who gave me $100 when we first kicked this off with my son and talking about investment and all of that, I'll take that $100 and apply it to that. See, I ain't trying to please nobody for no money, as you can see. Now she went down from $2,000, $2,500 to $500 causing me. So those of you all who've already given me $100 for whatever reason, for that other, this is what it's going to be used for. Your investment in you to come onto this Black Dot thing. Is that fair enough? That's a better investment deal to me.
Ma'am.
Or there.
Yes,
Thank you
ma'am.
so
Ashe.
much.
Ashe,
Thank you
mama.
so much.
Gratitude.
Gratitude.
Jaguar.
Okay.
Gratitude.
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 And then once that's set up in the Black Dot directory, this is where it all happens at the trade agreements. The trade agreements between us and the nation and y'all, that we have built our economy with each other within this nation. I love that. Who was that? Do it again. Pick them up. I do.
Say what do do.
Say what do, Cap?
Oh my God, you just like, oh, y'all better open up the mics. Don't that motivate you to do what you need to do?
What do
Y'all,
What do you
What
Do do.
What do
do?
Gratitude.
Thank
Gratitude.
you.
So sweet, baby.
Gratitude.
Gratitude.
Yes.
okay. So this is how we secure the women and 7 generations of children. In that, and then we can then start to use the W8 bin and all the W9s and the I think it's like a YIN something something. But all the if you hadn't been on the IRS website or Google all the forms that start with a W, because these are the forms that you're going to use to pull down your credits through the self-supported ministry by using the BTU formula, right? The British Thermal Unit formula to calculate your salary and your worth to fund your own project. And then you ain't working, you're not setting up your business to make money. You're setting up your ministry to be a minister to the community and society, and you work for God. Because God is your employer.
Ashe.
And God's pay is a lot better.
Yes.
So like the W9s and your W bins and all these W's stay within your self-supported ministry. And what a Jaguar, for those who was on the call on Sunday, when Jaguar talked about why it's important to have a self-supporting ministry, because after all, ain't that what the bishops and the churches are doing?
Ashe.
Right.
Aren't they doing that?
Yes,
Yep.
ma'am.
And
Well,
it's private.
you're God.
Yep.
And God is leaning in the station wagon called the self-supporting ministry with some 20s on that mug.
Talk that talk, mama.
Communicate it.
You're gonna
Communicate
make
it.
me follow. But y'all can see the light now, the women. Can you see the light?
Ashe.
Ashe. Ashe.
Clear as day.
Sure can, mama. Gratitude.
So the men need to
Ashe.
usher y'all over. Get straight up here first. Come to Metaphysical Bible Study, right? If you don't do nothing else, what we're offering under the umbrella of me is to come to the 12 steps in the 12th edition class. I already told y'all, if you're a veteran, if you are elderly, 65 or older, or if you're on disability, those classes are free. For everybody else, it's $300, and you don't have to pay it all at one time. Just have it paid by March, because I need to pay for y'all graduation place. Okay?
Ashe.
So that's what I'm doing with the money. So y'all donate, because y'all done, most of you all who graduated are back here again. Y'all know what the graduations have been for the last 3 years. It's been off the top. I was overwhelmed this year because I had 300 plus getting, having my unity ceremony with my sweetie. And I would have loved to have done a lot more than what I did, but what I did was to show you we can celebrate in style. Right?
Ashe.
Ashe.
I say, Big Mama, I say.
Y'all didn't get cheated
Ashe,
in.
Ashe.
I promise
Ashe.
you.
Ashe.
See, everybody be promising you with them paperwork and all of that, and nothing materialized. But what I promise you, what I'm doing is give you back you. Give you back the real you. And I know how to do it well. And I do it to the utmost honor to you. Is to give you back your God self. And I'm great at it. And once I show that picture, it's over with. Shoot, it's leaning time now. The gangster lean. So all these forms are kept under the employer. Well, who's the employer? The W tell you who the employee is. You, as God. Women. Men can't use these forms. They can't use them. And that's the art of what the barristers knew. So they created IRS and created all the other forms over there to keep the women from knowing this right here about them. Because they know they can't touch over here. They can't touch God's stuff. They know that. They ain't never touched the stuff, y'all. They just mirrored it. And used your energy to create. They had to go over there in that world over there for you. To keep you from the land of milk and honey. And now you connected these forms with the self-support ministry, and now you get to determine your worth by the BTUs. If God say you worth $1 million a year, then that's what you put on your return when you get ready to pull down your credits, because they're yours to have. I dropped the mic now.
Indeed.
Gratitude.
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 Gratitude,
Ashe,
Mama.
Mama. Ashe. Ashe.
Gratitude.
Gratitude.
Gratitude. Thank you, Mama. Much
How do I
gratitude.
do this, Mama? All is
Mama,
well.
you
I
always
missed
put
you.
the
Love night.
Okay.
All right, Zaki.
Good stuff.
All right,
Ashe.
Zaki, Mama. All right, Zaki.
Mama, you've been showing out for 10 days straight. I love you.
Love you too.
Ashe.
Thank you.
I'm
All right,
online.
Zaki.
What you're seeing, y'all, is I've got access to my treasury, which
Ashe.
is my divinity, and I have my pure thought, and it's clear for me. That's what you're seeing and experiencing. You're experiencing the God in me.
Gratitude.
Beautiful. Just beautiful.
Beautiful.
All right, Zaki.
Yes, you are very beautiful.
Thank you.
You granted us access.
Been a long time coming, y'all, because it took a journey for me to get to this point where my divinity is now online and now know how to get us out of the mess that we in, because I didn't know how. I just knew that I just kept on doing what I was doing and kept on walking, and as I was getting access to information, I was able to pull it down and keep walking, and I walked right into to my destiny. And my destiny is your destiny. It ain't no fun for me to be up there by myself. I need all my daughters and sons to be with me.
Thank you for
I
the
am so grateful.
consideration.
I am so grateful for you.
Much
So grateful.
gratitude.
Gratitude,
Gratitude,
Mama.
Mama.
Grateful.
Gratitude.
Gratitude for being in my life and
Showing us the way.
All right, Zaku. All right,
in
Zaku.
many long days.
Gratitude,
Big Mama. L-Y-do-do.
Oh, what?
I do
It's
do.
been a long time coming, but it's here.
I do do.
It's here now.
Gratitude
I don't know
too.
where I would be at if you didn't bring what you brought to me in my life. And I love you so much.
I love you too. Now I'm gonna give y'all the meditation that they didn't want you to know about. In the King Solomon's um right, they write the book about how rich he was in the kingdom. And I have the book that exposes how that came to be. And I took out page 19 for a reason. Because it had that meditation that I think would be important for you all to explore. Here we go. We winding down now. My apologies that it took this long, but it was important to start to get you all's mind right, so I don't have to ask you where you at. Okay, so here's the book, The Greater Key of Solomon, The Soul of Man, okay? And on page 19, is this. We got all the prayers and the meditation, the real one of what they do behind closed doors. And these are not even offered to us, even in the churches. They talk about him and his wisdom and his wealth, but they never tell you how. And I've been fortunate enough to be given, and I found some things, and some things were given to me by people of high places that overstood the science of oneself. So when you enter herein with all humility, see, that's the first thing you got to do. You got to humble yourself and have some humility about yourself as you embark upon this journey, that you no longer have to trip and do a trip and trip over yourself. So let the God within you, the Almighty One, enter into this circle. And by the interest of an eternal happiness, see, it ain't talking about nothing but eternal stuff. It ain't talking about material. It's talking about your divinity and being set straight eternally and have eternal happiness. And once you have eternal happiness, then everything that comes up out of you can't be nothing but greatness and happiness. Because now you're on the earth bringing heaven on earth. And it says over divine prosperity. Specific prosperity, y'all. You have to be specific in saying divine. Because prosperity can get you stuff that you don't even want. That don't mean nothing. So be specific as he is saying right here. Divine prosperity of a perfect joy, of abundance, abundant charity, and of eternal salutations. Let all the demons fly from this place. And we're talking about them barristers, especially those who are opposed unto this work. And let the angels of peace assist and protect this circle, from which let discord and strife fly and depart. Magnify and extend upon us the God within us. The most holy name is my name. Is Sharon Victoria Wilson. That's the holy name. Well, show us. And you can change bless to endow us, our conversation and our assembly. Sanctify us, the God within ourselves, and humble entry herein. Thou, the endowed one, or the blissful one, the holy one, or you can even take the blessed out of it. Thou holy one of the eternal ages. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. And then it gives you the instructions. After this, let the master upon her knees. And she don't have to get on her knees. You stand. Because you don't have to be on your knees and bow down to who? If you do, I trust that you bow down to the God within you as the God. And it gives the instruction from there on out. And the symbol. And the keys of Solomon and all that is in here when it comes to how to obtain your wealth through your divinity. You ain't never seen that before, have you?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No, 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 no.
No.
No, ma'am.
Gratitude.
Well,
Gratitude. Yawadudu.
and why do so? I'm getting ready to send this over to you know, Legacy to send out to everybody. Let's see.
Gratitude, Mama. Gratitude.
Gratitude. How I do this.
Send it to. I see that Mother Wright is in the place. Mother Wright, do you have anything you would like to say tonight? Elwadudu.
Mother, I sent you texts all through my traveling home to let you know how proud you make me more and more every day and every moment. I'm trying to pick my computer up now. You see me clearly. And I'm very elated what I heard as I was traveling of your son coming on and addressing everyone today on the platform, Rod Hayes. And since you were busy, I told you to tell you, my daughter, I'm proud of you every day and more. And tell your son, now my grandson, I'm proud of him and I love him too. And I heard all the information that he shared as well as you shared. And I couldn't wait to get out of my workout clothes and come home and change and let you know I was coming on whenever I got home. And I've heard the teaching, or we have to work on that word, your communication and your explanation of articulating all this information about the money. And Benny and Babu, honor you for explaining things and how you're going to share this information with your wife and your daughter and how you're going to utilize it. I honor everybody here, including all the moderators and Chief Fox's security and all the welcome home everyone who had walked away, but Mama's teaching brought you back. Her baking words of wisdom and the downloads and making you want to, why did I leave in the first place? So you are definitely acknowledged. And everyone that heard her talking about the ministry and how things are going to operate with the nation. We're trying to build this community, and we can only build the community with your help, with your participation, and hopefully with your heart of being of a good heart. And we want to make sure that those of you who did not know about Tahaji Nation, Cherokee Nation, and all the things we're trying to build seven generation with, sharing with what you didn't know, and now sharing what you do learn here with your family that you can. And we know all of us have those who are closed ears, and we have those with open ears. But share it with your family and your children and your grandchildren. And mother, continue to do what the downloads are telling you and all the things to come. I'm with you as long as we are all together, sharing it together. Ashe, 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 and I yield.
Thank you so much. It means the world to me when our elders are proud of me because I don't ever want to be disrespectful. And I have, even though I'm a God in the flesh, our elderly people have wisdom. That's why we have our clan mother and our infrastructure set up so that you have your grandmother, the clan mother, the one that all look Umi. You know, we gotta I gotta honor you in that perspective. Even though when you call me mom, I was just like something, a part of me like my mind can't wrap around you calling me that. But I have a lot of the elders who do call me that, and that's an honor. So I don't cringe like that anymore because it's an honor if you see me like that, even though I'm younger than you are. And that's an honor. So I wear that with a badge of honor. So thank you. I honor you and your divinity, and I honor the God in you. I honor you as a God, and I honor all women as that, whether you see yourself like that or not. When I'm looking at you, I'm looking at myself. And so I honor everybody who come and just sit at my foot and
Yes.
not to stomp on you, but to rub on you and to love on you. And there's room for you here to get whatever you need at the house, because the house is the house of God.
And I
And
will be remiss to cut it. I'm sorry, Mother, to cut you off. Remiss to not honor your husband, Emperor Carlos Ares. I don't see you on the tube, but I know you right by her side, guiding her and protecting her and looking over her. And I honor all the men here. Men, we need you. We need you again to stand by us, looking over us, protecting us. I told you Saturday from Wisdom from the Porch, what I'll be talking this week about. We need to store up our house and store up our house well with money and food, what's coming and what's to come. But at the end of the day, Mother told you, we are the soil and we need your seed so we can continue to take it 7 generations. We need the chillings. We need the chillings. And God told us, the universe of God told us to go multiply. And the only way we can multiply, we need your seed. Mother told you today to hold it though, to the right time. I say.
yeah, because that's the science of planting seeds. You get the farmer's almanac and it tells you when to plant the seed. Well, that's the same thing with your system. It's a certain time you're supposed to let it go, and it's certain times you're supposed to hold it and let it circulate within your body to build up your kryptonite so that you can come out when you do release, boy, you're gonna be like Superman and Superwoman. You know, we bringing the making the love back into the right perspective. We're not having sex no more, y'all. That's the world. We're making love. And making love, every time you make love, it should be something great that come out of it, whether it be a baby or whether it's just a pure bone happiness or wisdom that comes down from the high realms of yourself to manifest something great, because you harvesting great seed after it's planted. Don't plant
Yes,
bad seed in bad soil.
yes.
Men, please don't plant your seed in bad soil. Now that you kind of know what a woman should be for you, and understand, I had this conversation with my son, Bending Babu. You remember what I said about that, son? And that blew your mind. I told him back in the day when we had the tribal community, when the boy became a certain age, he had to leave the camp of the women.
Mm-hmm.
And he was sent over there to the men
Okay.
to finish up his growing up. And when he got ready, because we kept the girls with us.
Yes.
And when he got ready for a wife, it didn't matter over in the camp because all of them was good seed. And
Okay.
all of them were good soil.
Mm.
So when he returned back to the camp for a wife, or not a wife, for his mate, uh, he was well rounded, and all she had to do now is join with him and get his seed and multiply it and give it back to him for safekeeping. And so we have to get back to that in that order of things, that we grow good men, and send them out of here to good men that's going to teach them good things and not uh, this worldly way of what manhood is about. And so I stopped by your houses the other couple of weeks ago and spoke to you men about women and keeping your zippers up and recognizing your worth as a man and your need to have a great woman by your side to usher you up to your higher self. And the only way she gonna be able to do that, you got to find the one that resembles your mother. And that would be me. If you don't have a mother that's in this frame of mind, then you got one. You look for a woman in the image of your mother, God. And not just be picking anyone because they look good and they got some fine hips and fingertips. that don't serve you no purpose when it comes to you getting raised up to your higher self. Because even if you're laying down with her, it ain't going to do you no justice because you're going to lose your strength. Every time you do that and you plant your seed somewhere, you lose strength for a little while. That's why you got to lay down. So if you must do that, at least lay down with some joy and have the right woman that you lay with. It ain't nothing wrong with talking to this in front of children because it's in the right order. We need to get back to making love. Not just having sex. Empress Ottawa, she has a question.
Ashe, Big Mama. The book that you have, is that the Key of Solomon, or is that the Lesser Key of Solomon?
It's the Key of Solomon.
Okay, thank you on that. And
I know the difference now, because that lesser one is what they be playing with over there in the world.
that's why I
They
wanted.
ain't breaking no divinity. They ain't using this one. And I
That's
got
why.
the right one.
Okay. Yeah. Now, there is in what you read, I'd like to bring attention to what he did before he started praying.
Right, it's
It's
all there. But you
well,
go ahead and tell them.
the importance of drawing the circle before you start your meditation. You see where he said enter the circle?
Yes,
That
enter the circle. Let me
drew
pull
the
it back up.
circle. He drew the circle first.
Thank you for pointing that out. Let me stop sharing for you. Let me find it. There we go. Y'all getting this?
Yes.
Yes, Mama. Yes.
Ashay.
Ashe.
So when
Ashe.
you draw your circle with the intentions, that circle protects you from any outside forces. That's why he said that after, he had drawn his space, sanctified his space,
Ashay.
and set up his protection before he started saying and stating what it was that he was, requesting. So I just thought I'd mention that.
There we go. Let me go back. And that's why most of these attorneys and all these upper echelon people are into the arts.
Mm-hmm.
Ever notice that they always into art? They'll pay a lot of money for paintings and stuff. A lot of the painting stuff comes from them those blood conjures and stuff that they've been doing.
That's why
And
they call it practical magic.
that's correct. And there it is right there. The circle. And so critique some of the words like God. Make sure you be specific about what God you talking about, because you don't want to be calling upon the wrong one showing up.
Mm-hmm.
So say the God within yourself, and you can take out that last thou blessed. You can take that out and just put uh thou the Holy One of the eternal ages. And if you don't want to say amen, say ashe. Make it yours personally that
Mm-hmm.
fits you. You can change some of these words, y'all. Like when they say, oh Lord, be like, oh God, within myself. Because you being specific about certain things. Ashe?
Ashe.
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 Ashe. Ashe. Ashe.
Ashe.
Ashe.
Super Ashe.
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 Gratitude, Empress Ottawa.
Yes, thank
Gratitude,
you so
mama.
much, Empress.
Gratitude.
Ashe.
Yes.
Ashe, ladies.
Anybody else got a question or comment before we?
Ashe.
Well, I don't want nobody to leave yet. I don't want nobody to say, Ashe, see you later. I don't want to hear no ding ding yet. Because I want the women to listen to this. Okay? All right? And then we'll close. Okay? Okay, women, you ready?
Mama, we need to do the disclaimer first since we're live.
Okay.
On the fair user agreement.
Okay. Go ahead.
Under the Fair Use Act, we do not own the copyright to any of the music being played on this broad live cast. This is for educational purposes only and entertainment purposes only under the United States Code 1970.
All right, here we go.
Moonlight bends where her shadow walks. City sleeps while her spirit talks. She don't sell love, she just forgives. Modern mystic, how she lives. She don't pray, she hums in tone, makes the lost feel less alone. No go, no stage, no name to show. She shines where real hearts go. Her eyes, red souls, not books or lies. See through masks the world implies. came. Modern mystic woman, light
Oh,
dressed up in shade.
come on, y'all.
Rhythms human, her beauty handmade. Modern mystic woman, the truth in motion's guide. She's every soul that never dies. Oh,
Just make it shout, don't it, y'all? Yeah.
when the world forgets its tune, she hums the color of the moon. No past, no plan, no proof to give. She just lives.
Man, wasn't that something, y'all? I'm glad it was. Man, look.
Hey, I say.
Ashe,
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 Ashe.
That
gratitude,
song.
gratitude,
Ashe,
gratitude.
If that didn't describe us,
Gratitude.
now what? No wonder they didn't want this man music reaching us. They put us here in the Superfly and dealing dope. And when he decided that he didn't want them to have no rights to his music, that's what happened to him. They dropped that lighting on him while he was on stage because he wanted his masters. And and paralyzed him. And while he was paralyzed, he made all those albums that y'all see. You can get them on YouTube. And put the link of that in the chat, Bending Babu. And he's got a whole slew of albums that we never heard before. And you know how I found it? I was looking for some music to play over there at the Metaphysical Bible side and ran into his music, right? And what I've been reading, like me, nobody knew about the music, but he spoke about the women in a way that they don't speak about us no more. And he's really situating us as we are in the light of truth as truly gods. We are not goddess. We are gods. And period. We're not godless. That's wordsmithing. We are gods, and we are to be honored and praised and looked upon as that man has described us in the flesh. And all his music, that's all we're going to play on this platform is his music, because we don't get dinged for that. Because guess what? They don't own the copyrights. He wrote that outside of their stuff, and that's why we don't never get dinged on his music. And so his music is the tone for Shalagi Cherokee Nation State,
Ashe,
along
Mama
with Hugh
Ashe.
Harmonies, by the way.
Gratitude, 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 gratitude.
Ashe.
I say.
Gratitude.
Grateful,
Ashe.
grateful.
Ashe, Mama. Ashe. Ashe.
Now, as we close, is everybody's spirit good? Yes, yes,
Absolutely.
yes.
Ashe.
Ashe.
Man,
Ashe.
to the grand
Play.
Yes, ma'am. Gratitude.
Magnificent.
Yes,
indeed.
sir. It is.
Well, we're gonna close with Hugh Harmony's song tonight. It's the Infinity song. And I'll be featuring not only her music but also my sweetie's music on from now on, along with Curtis Mayfield's song, so that we always keep the spirit of what this is about, and so we don't want to go outside those realms. So you all thank you, Harmony, for this is a song that she wrote for my sweetie and I would love to play it for you all as we close. Okay? Nightfall there.
Gratitude.
Gratitude.
El Wadudu.
Nightfall,
Nightfall.
mama. Nightfall,
Mama.
Empress.
Well, do this, right?
El
Much
Wadudu.
gratitude.
I do,
Love
family.
and light, y'all.
I do this thing. Nightfall.
Have a
Good
blessed
night,
day.
Empress. Love you. Thank you for the info.
All right, here we go.
I want to.
Bring you Harmony up and send her for me, please, so people can see her. Put her front and center. Pin her up. Pin her up with me. This is you, Harmony.
Live our lives together. Cherish our love forever. A union so bright, a beautiful life we'll share.
Say now, if I could have Miss Global 500, did she come onto the platform tonight? Global 500. She was in the chat over in the YouTube, and I put the link in the YouTube for her to come onto the platform. And if she's available, would you please unmute yourself to let us know that you're here? She's hungry, and she has some children that are hungry. And she said she wanted us to help her. And so in the spirit of love, if you guys would send her some love and some substance to get her through feeding her children. And her, let me find her cash app. See, it ain't all about myself and what we got to do. If we can help somebody, one person, while we on live, then I feel good. It's somewhere around 7:32. Somebody, if you could stroll back, her cash app is on there. And if you would, you guys please send her some funds so that she can feed her children. And we're gonna wait until we find out what the cash app is. If someone could stroll for me and find her in the live chat. It's around the 7:20 mark, I believe. Did anybody find it yet? It's Global 500. If y'all find her in the chat, it's around the 7 something mark time frame. I don't know, my thing won't go back no further than 10:41 for whatever reason. But if y'all could help me find her. That would be nice. And put it in the chat what her thing is, and so we can send her some money to feed her children, okay? All right. Well, we've had a great session tonight, you all. Thank you. Y'all give it up for my son, Bending Babu. And
Love and light, love and light.
Gratitude, Bending Babu.
Gratitude.
Gratitude.
Hey, Ashe.
Gratitude.
Love and light.
Love and light.
Gratitude.
Brother Brian.
Love and
A
light.
beautiful
Gratitude.
class.
Gratitude, brother.
Much
Gratitude, love and
gratitude to
light.
you, my son.
Gratitude.
Love and
Great
light,
job.
brother.
Great
Don't
job.
forget to go over and sign up on the Truth Seekers 88 platform for Rod and I. We're going to be kicking off the Saturday night. We're going to call it Saturday Night Live with Big Mama and her son Rod. And so we're going to be preparing for that.
Ashe, ashe.
And so please, by all means, go over there and sign up with Truth Seekers so that you can be able to access us as we are going to be doing this 9:30 Eastern Standard Time.
Okay.
So that it'll be early enough on the other side of the world. Won't be too late. Okay? And don't forget to donate to us. It's important for y'all to do that. All right? And thank you, Harmony. Raise your hand, baby. This is Hugh Harmony. Y'all give it up for her. We're gonna be playing some more of her music. She's gonna also
Love and
have
light,
her
sister.
music for sale
Love
in
and
the
light.
store. So we're gonna be uploading her music so that she can get some royalties from her music. She did copyright and give me one of the songs that I play probably on couple night. And but we want to upload her music along with my sweetie's music for y'all to purchase on at the store once it launches, and I'll find out when that will be, and we'll have a great time. All right. All right. Thank you, Emperor. I love you, sweetie. That's a great man. All right. And Noble, if you could stay after for me, please. I need to speak with you. Everybody else.
Yes, ma'am.
And also the other staff too, that we're supposed to have a quick meeting about Saturday. So if you guys could stay, that would be great. And everybody else exit. Have a good evening.
Nightfall.
Nightfall.
Rising.
Nightfall.
Nightfall, nightfall.
Nightfall, family.
Love and light, everybody.
What do?
Nightfall.
I'm assuming, Mother, you want me to
Nightfall.
stay?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Okay.
Give everybody time to get off.
Nightfall, family.